All right. Check, 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 check. See if you guys can hear me. Okay. I can hear myself. So this is Black Pill Friday. This is my AMA. Ask me anything. So this is a chance for you guys to, you know, go off topic like you're gonna do anyway. But go off topic. Ask me whatever's on your mind or whatever has come up over the course of the week. So, but as always, before we get started, if there's a complaint,
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
complaint, call Jermaine. All right, and
What's up, boss? You believe that? You hold on. Oh no. Do you believe in that? Huh? Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Come on. Do you believe?
if you're here, do you believe? All right, let me welcome some people. Uh, Eddie, what's going on? Toya, Feral Cats, yes it is. Stray Cats, Trail, what's going on? Say Toya's a substitute teacher. Samuel Isaacs, master teacher, what are your honest thoughts about Shahraz Ali? Does she love black men or she's exploiting the a gap men need in cashing in? She's old school, she is what she is, but she's old school, right? She's old school, what I call like old school gynocrat. She does care about black men. She took a lot of arrows for black men back in the day. So she does care. Um, and Islam is a semi patriarchal structure, okay? But she's raised in a gynocratic society, so she's going to sound that way. Okay, all women of that era sound that way. Okay, my mother sounds that way. My aunt sounds that way. So it's what it is. What is it, Salty? Chef Mike, what's going on? What's your opinion on meatball from Philly? Hope you're talking about the food. If you're talking about the guy, I don't know. Bless and Play Perry, what's up? G Darius, what's going on? G Darius, man, ain't seen you in a minute. I'm listening. What's up? I said it seems like Ukraine war is getting interesting now. They're talking about taking Odessa. I think Russia always the final step was always Odessa, right? Because uh, uh, Ukraine doesn't have any more ports. Okay, Russia has all the ports now except for Odessa. Odessa is their final port. If the Russians take Odessa, then they're landlocked. So that's what they're talking about. They have no way to get commerce out. So Odessa is probably the final step if they go on that far. Trouble man, what's going on? What up, Beach? Is my quantitative Sal says I'm not allowed to retire in 10 years. I'll be still in my prime. Okay, all right. Hey, if that's what you want to do, I ain't got nothing to say. Heathcliff in the building. All right. And Detroit 313. What's up, Trey? Hit the like button coming in, folks. Willa, what's going on? Toya with the apple. Brian Will. Amen House. Indigo Flow. Autistic males going on. Black Sword, what's happening, man? Ain't seen you in a minute. Roderick, what's going on? I'll say nah. They don't put the W in it. They put the H, the nah, the H in it. Supreme Pivot, what's going on? King Lexicon, bullshit. Jay, what's up? Shannon, what's going on? On. Got the green sauce gang. I heard that, man. Go on your quesadillas and your tacos. Joe's, what's going on? Sam C, what's up? Indigo. Tony Davis, what's up? Meatball is a woman. Okay. I don't. Oh, I haven't heard of her then. Vintage Negro, what's happening? Master Teacher Florida Boy in the house. Okay. Alex the Wolf, what's happening? I said, any person, you mentioned the difference between men and women expressing their dark side. Can you expound on that? Or more men, men do express their dark side themselves, right? They'll do edgy stuff like Fight Clubs, how you express your dark side, right? You fight. Um, sometimes they'll do it in sports. Sometimes men do little shit like steal. They'll fight, or they express the dark side by having a whole bunch of women. There's ways, do drugs. They'll express their dark side themselves, right? Women express their dark side through men normally. They'll find a guy that does what she does. Like a woman would not normally sell drugs, right? Or be a gangbanger or fight or something like that. They'll find a guy that does that. They'll express their dark side through them. Okay. Um, but also, if women can't do that, they'll do it symbolically. They'll express their dark side in what they're wearing, the kind of music they listen to, and tattoos. Women normally express their dark side through their men by the kind of man that she chooses. Men will actually do it themselves. That's what I would say. So wasn't the Native Hawaiians given the same governance deal as the mainland natives? No, they weren't. They were not. Little Rock, what's going on? James P, what's going on? President Clash, Dane, what's going on? Valeri, what's happening? And what's going on? Valeri, what's going on in Nigeria, man, since this all this stuff with the BRICS in China and Russia? And what's going on? What's your feeling in Nigeria about that? Trell? Sao Chi. Clocked in for his shift. You ain't shit, Sao Chi. Russian Minister of Defense commercials have soldiers talking about getting homes in Kyiv and Odessa after the war. Yeah, well, that's a little forward, but hell, if this thing keeps up, they might be. They could have taken Kyiv. They didn't need soldiers to take Kyiv if they really wanted it. Black Sword's been catching the replay. Okay, cool. Ghost-O-Matic, salute. Have you heard of the Chris Williamson Modern Wisdom podcast? I heard of it. I haven't listened to it. He had a female economist saying Manosphere talking points, but he disses the Manosphere. Of course they do, because it doesn't matter whether they diss the Manosphere or not. We call it the underbelly, right? But the thing is, we reflect the reality on the ground. And eventually, they have to catch up to it. And really, since COVID, man, I was saying that when I first came to the Manosphere period, right? Okay, MGTOW was the stepchild of the Manosphere. Nobody liked him. Okay, they were always dissed. They're always called all kind of names, right? Fast forward 10 years later, basically, especially after COVID, but most of the men are MGTOW. 65, 70% of MGTOW now. 65 to 70% of the young single men are MGTOW. They're not dating. They don't have long-term relationships. They classify them as lonely. They classify them as lonely as sexless, right? Which is the same thing we're saying about MGTOWs 10 years ago and back in 2013 when I came through here. Okay. So basically the reality is caught up with the Manosphere. Excalibur. Oh, that fat chick that got arrested. Okay, I haven't seen that one. Scorpion Black, what's up? Greeting Master Teacher. Salute brothers in the chat. Black in the middle. Why do black women focus on the black men they hate versus the ones who do what they say they want? Because they can't get the ones that they want. They focus on the black men that they hate. Really hate them all. Okay, what is it, low boiling contempt and hatred. Look at Ebony Williams, okay? They focus, they hate the ones that they have, okay? And they praise the ones that they can't get. If a woman's praising a man about what a man should be, I mean, she ain't messing with him. The one that she's complaining about, that's the one that's the one that she's dealing with. Those are the men on her level that she dates on a regular basis. That's why. Because is Hawaii Governor Josh Green trying to turn Maui into a 15-minute city? I think so. I think so. Maui is a techie's paradise. So KP from KC, what's up? Sir Truth, what's going on? Hey, Truth, what's happening, man? Ain't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing okay. Trail, Roderick. I'm a Shreveport native also. Oh, you from Sweepo? You from Sweepo, Roger? What going on, man? What you doing down there, huh? Boy, got a Negro from Sweepo, Louisiana. Medicog, what's going on? I said, BJ, I'm talking the cybersecurity, taking the certification at this time. If the opportunity presents itself, would it be beneficial to get a BS in cybersecurity as well? If you can get it, if you can afford it, if you can get it, get as much education as you can because you're going to need it. As they start paring, because they will start paring jobs down and we'll start looking at credentials, okay? Stay as far ahead of the wave as you can get. And don't be afraid to move because if you can't do the stuff here, man, take your stuff on the road. Black Pill, what's up? Triple Sun God, what's up? Superman Clark Kent Sr. All right. Can RFK Jr. really be able to get votes as an independent? Yes, it would. Just by the name, he'll be able to get votes, in my opinion. Final watcher. Okay. Folks are all for BRICS. Also, the Northerners won't tolerate war with Niger. Okay, because it's similar tribes that are in Niger. Also, the refugees will overwhelm the North. France got many rallying against West. Okay, yeah, well, I was curious, man. You know, I don't know. We can never tell about the Africans, man, because sometimes I think guys going one way, and then go the other. Ox Hermes, or is it Zero X Hermes? Salute. Half Pint TV. So why my baby mama ain't here? Okay, or hate me? I don't know what that is. A hoe? Or why your baby mama? Or why your baby mama a hoe? Well, I don't know, man. And why is she your baby mama? Why is a hoe your baby mama? That's the question. We'll be watching IMF closely these next few days. Yeah, they're in trouble, man. It's a whole lot of trouble. Yeah, you got to watch them for the next year or so, man, because they're between a rock and a hard place. This hasn't happened since 1970. In fact, I saw a paper from the Fed, talking about comparing what's going on now to the 1970s about inflation and interest rates, and unemployment. They focus on black men they hate because they see themselves in those men. That's true, but the thing is, those are also the men that they date. And Ross Perot couldn't do it, and he had billions. Money doesn't matter, man. The thing is, Kennedy has a name. Your name and your fame is probably worth more than the money. Yeah, I'm trying to stay in good health. Volcanus with the $10 super chat. Greetings. Ninja person. Do you think that Thunderbolt is steered by? No, Thunderbolt is not steered by culture. Thunderbolt is energetic. Okay, has nothing to do with culture. Trust and believe, man. I've had Thunderbolts from other cultures, so it's not steered by culture. That is energy. In fact, it has nothing to do with culture. It has nothing to do whether you like her or not. It has nothing to do with color. It has everything to do with energy. If you get hit by a thunderbolt, it don't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. In fact, you don't even have to like each other. And I've had that. Well, we didn't like each other. Like my fiance, we probably wouldn't have liked each other, except we had thunderbolts. Okay, she couldn't get away. Okay, what did he say? I am willing to pay for a reading. One of your readings. Okay, the thing is, I've been busy, so I might have to do readings for other people. So I'll probably have to start making time, like on Saturdays, to do readings for people. Gundam Maku, what's going on? But thing is, I'll put my email in later on. You guys have to take down my email and email me. Coach DC, what's up? Western Governors Universities is the cheat code for BS, Bachelor of Science. WGU. That's what I think. That's what what is his name? MGTOW Universe. Go to MGTOW Universe's channel because he's going through WGU right now. So, and he's giving you the insight on WGU. So if you want to go to WGU to get a BS in IT or cybersecurity, okay, go to MGTOW Universe's channel because he's going through the process right now. Paying my tuition. Appreciate you, Adrian. Half Pint TV. I ain't know. Okay. Anacetus, what's going on, man? I was blinded. Bullshit. Okay. That big ass blinded you. That's what happened. So, what do you think is the next move but there is no move to be for black women. And in fact, let me play something, man. Let me play something real quick. Okay. Play something real quick because I was, now this dude got caught um, texting in the phone and with a guy's name in the text and caught and the name is calling him Bay and Boo and all that kind of stuff. And at first you kind of say, well, maybe he is kind of gay. Then I remember it. I had two partners, man, that they were messing around on the outside with their side chick, and they would put a guy's name in place. Okay. Um, in place of a female's name. But the thing is, if she goes to your phone and it looks, with Bay and Boo, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to get caught. But that's not what triggered me. What triggered me is the approach, right? And this is coming from JR Wisdom, right? What triggered me was the tone that she's talking to him in, right? Okay. Could he be sweet and could he be bisexual and going out with his boy and getting his butt clapped? Possibly. But the thing is, I also know that um, that dudes do put, knowing that the woman's going to go through his phone, or just in case, he will put the girl's name as a guy's name. Because I had with about 4 or 5 partners. This was years ago, man. It's got to be at least 10 years ago. 4 or 5 partners that did the exact same shit. So it's probably a woman. But the thing is, but I want you to listen to her tone because it triggered me, man. And that's why I'm so done with black women, right? I just want you to listen to her talk, okay? And and the shrewish tone that you get, man. I said, one thing I didn't like, I don't care what it was, man. There's only certain ways you could talk to me, okay? And I've had, even though I've had, the women, I've had shouting matches with women, okay, with my women. I've had hollering matches at the top of my lungs because you're not gonna fucking talk to me that way. And they don't like being screamed at, but they like screaming at you. And I would do that one or two times when that tone would come way down. Okay, the next time they approach me, it wouldn't be all that. Because I didn't tolerate that shit. Still don't. Okay, but the thing is, it triggered me because of this. Well, let me go ahead and play it, man. Listen to her tone. It's not really about the situation, but listen how she talks to him.
To you like that, so make that make sense.
I'll have the conversation.
Make that make sense.
I'll have the conversation.
What do you mean you're gonna have a conversation? Okay, well, cool. You'll have your conversation with Eric, but right now you're having a conversation with me, and I need you to still help me understand what else is going on.
So what else are you pressing me about?
I'm pressing you about the simple fact is that, yeah, you telling me this, but I don't believe that that's the truth.
I'm so sick and tired of this. Every single day, you come up with another thing and another excuse.
They don't be calling each other boo and bae if they're not sleeping together or doing some other. You don't have to keep repeating yourself. You can actually tell the truth.
If that's how he talks, that's how he talks. So if you got a problem, then you talk to him. Don't be coming up to me about some text message or something I ain't even say.
Eric ain't my friend though. Eric is your friend and your phone saying that. It does make sense. It makes perfect sense to me that I'll be talking to you about it because you're the person that owes me the loyalty and the truth.
Bro.
Nah, I'm not going nowhere.
Well, you won't keep getting the same results. So I don't know what you want from me.
I want the truth. I want the truth. So you sitting up here like, yeah, babe, and all this other stuff, and you keep trying to say it's just him. I believe it's you too. You could have deleted the messages for all I know. And you ain't got nothing to say for yourself. You just have nothing to say for yourself.
See,
whatever.
Man, sometime a new phone feature comes out, and then all of a sudden, now we're easy.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. Whatever.
Sound stupid.
I sound stupid. Just tell the truth.
All right, go ahead.
You're gonna keep on putting on this facade.
You got it.
I got what? Because I ain't got nothing. Because you ain't told me nothing. You ain't told me the truth.
On my face, you got it.
You rude. You rude and disrespectful. And bad. I will have a conversation with Eric. We gonna all have it. How about that? Whatever.
Cheers, a skit. Man, these dudes is getting more and more reckless or careless, and they just letting it be known like, hey man, that's what he called me. I don't got a problem with him calling me bae.
It's like I said, it's probably her instincts is telling it's not a dude, and it probably isn't a dude. It probably is a chick. Okay, probably is a chick because, like I said, my partner gave me that game like 15 years ago, right? Because he with his woman, right? Because he didn't lock his phone because she's gonna go in it anyway, right? So he just left the phone unlocked. But he had like 2 or 3 chicks. Guess what he did? He just changed the name to a male name, and she slipped. Okay, so I probably would say I don't think he's gay, but the thing is, but that's not what triggered me. The thing is, what did he say? Every day is a different excuse. In other words, she talks to him like a child, worse than a child. Okay, I don't think she would talk to a child that way. I don't think she would talk to a child that way. They're shrewd like screaming and hollering, man, and it's constant. Okay, it's constant. Okay, they talk about how Kevin Samuels had a tone, right, that they didn't like, a disrespectful tone that they didn't like, right? But they have no problem on the other end with their tone. Okay, what did she say? She's screaming and hollering at him and blah 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 blah. And what did she call him? Disrespectful and rude when he said something back. In other words, I'm supposed to say whatever I want to say. I'm supposed to be able to do cartwheels and head spins and stuff like that. And you're supposed to be calm. Okay, you're supposed to be respected. You're supposed to kiss my ass. You're supposed to be, oh, baby. Guess what he didn't do? Fuck it. Guess what she didn't do? She wouldn't shut up. That's a low-key contempt and disrespect. Number one, she shouldn't have been fucking going through his phone. Okay. Number two, if she's gonna approach him, she should approach him respectfully, like an adult, instead of like an angry hen pecking on the top of her chickling's head. Okay. And basically, man, you know what? I have been dealing with that shit, man, since I can remember, right? That same kind of tone, the same kind of shit, right? And basically, man, I listen to that shit, even though, man, whatever he did, man, if you don't, basically, if you think that that he cheated on you, or that's a chick or a dude or whatever, man, start packing your shit and just leave. All that other shit is unnecessary. And this, like you said, you can tell it's not the first time that she's done it. She's done it for other shit. They do it for the smallest thing, little thing. They do it because passport bros are leaving and showing off their women. They do it. They do when Kevin Samuels talks about a high value man. They do it when men are talking about the table. The same shit. The divestors do it. We're done with black men. We don't care about black men. Going on the white men. But guess what? They still have the same tone. And at this point, I mean, I'm sick of it. So why do I say that I do not suggest black men try to fix it with black women? This is why. Because Dr. Johnson, I did a video on the brother that at middle school, right? That interviewed these women that talked about being baby moms before they get married, right? Dr. Johnson did another video, man, interviewing the brother, okay? The same shit. High Scholar says the same shit, man. We talk about black boys in school, okay? I am sick of them. The gynocracy has been passed down for 200 years. Frazier said the exact same thing about independent, fierce women that were hard-headed. Back in the 1930s, he's writing about women getting out of slavery. The same shit. And at this point, man, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Every time, every time we talk to a woman, every time women talk to us, right? Talk to or about black men, okay? It's the same tone. And we have been so trained to take that shit, so trained to listen to that. You're so trained to put up with that fucking disrespect. That the way she approached him, I don't give a fuck what he did, short of him raping her or raping their child, okay? Or getting caught with somebody in their bed, okay? All that bullshit's unnecessary. That screaming and hollering, that kind of shrew-like behavior, fucking unnecessary, man. I couldn't stand it. Okay, when I was younger, when I was dating, I couldn't stand it, man. I shut that shit down immediately. Okay, for even starting, it still triggers, man. Sometimes I gotta tolerate it. Okay, sometimes I gotta tolerate it, but trust and believe. My sister tried that a couple years ago. Okay, I stopped fucking talking to her. Now she got to approach me with respect. Every time she approached me, she got to start with respect. Otherwise, I'm not talking to her. Same thing with my mother. I told my mother that years ago. You can't talk to me any kind of way. I fell out with the elder of ours, right? Okay. I'd gone to Guatemala and something like that, and she jumped in my face about something, man. 3 months later, I said, whoa, 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 whoa. My hair is gray just like yours. Okay. You are not my mother. I don't know where you get off jumping up in my face like you can point your finger in my face. I respected you. I've never done anything to you. You will not talk to me that way. Okay. Now she God rest her soul, she used to tiptoe by me. She'd start a little shit and then back off because she knew she didn't want to hear it. I am so sick of this. I am so sick of this, man. But so it's not even about what he did, because whether he's gay, he's not gay, he's bi, not bi. To me, what triggered me is how she handled it, man, and that tone, man. And brothers are tired of that tone, man. We sick of it, man. If brothers, if you want to date white men, you want to date other sisters, you want to do your own thing, bounce. Just shut the fuck up. Anastasia, thank you for the cash app. But that's it. I said half pint. I wanted a family. She knew. Yeah. Well, that is what it is. Hey, it's called vetting, sir. If you knew she was whole, why'd you seat her? So, but why you have a baby by your side? You jump off of your side chick anyway. You see any of the talking points for the G77? If so, any thoughts? The G77. I'm talking about the you're talking about the BRICS groups pulling in more nations into the G20. Is that what you're talking about? Booty blinded half by. Yep. Why would a black woman date and mate with a black man who they despise? Because that's all there is. Okay. They despise you all. That's what you don't get, T really. They despise you all. Yeah, it's not just the guys that they date, the guys that they screw. Okay. They despise you all. It's just what level do they despise you? Undeniable magnetism. Yeah, well that's the thunderbolt. And basically, if they despise 90% of you, who can they date? Who's gonna put up with them? Retired on point simp. Does USA own most of the space intelligence? No, they don't. Russia is probably about as good as we are as far as space, even though they don't have the money. And Chinese are probably third. Okay. I got a Thunderbolt. I've been married since 2006. Well, if you can make it work, man. If Thunderbolts are cool, if you can make them work. Trying to weather the storm and prepare for what's coming. I've been seeing everything you've been speaking about for years. A lot of people are blind to it. Well, a lot of people don't want to know about it. They want to stay in a little bubble, which is fine. Let's say, can one make a business on cybersecurity sales? If so, what random solution sales items can you think of? B2B or B2C? Okay, cybersecurity can be sold as a I would say sold as on a contract because you need people. Okay, if you can find an algorithm to detect certain things, there's certain problems that certain holes in software that can be plugged with software with bots. Okay, you can do that. There's a lot of different ways cybersecurity can be sold. Okay, crypto has a lot of holes. Banking has a lot of holes. Okay. Um, even AIs need to be watched. So it can be sold. You can actually contract yourself out, or if you can figure out an algorithm or a bot to actually do the same thing. What do you think spyware is? Okay, and spyware or antivirus is. Okay, it's cybersecurity. Lil Rock did it. WGU. Yeah, I'm hearing good things about WGU. Spain Man, what's up? Supreme Pivot. Melanie is Mel. Nicole is Nick. Yeah, Brad is Brad. Randy is Brad. Yep. And Eric was probably Erica. So she probably was on point. No, I haven't. Have not seen the Nobel Prize today. I haven't seen it at all. But but feminism is an effect and not a cause. As you modernize, as you go into post-industrial society, it's gonna follow. Hell, I do that myself. Yeah, that's an innocent man. No, he ain't innocent. But it's not that. But that's how black women all B-dubs talk. That's true. The thing is, at some point, man, I mean, if you guys like it and because you guys want to tolerate it and you guys are cool with it, that's fine, man. But the thing is that at some point, man, I just personally got tired of it. That's like a mama monk, man. I got tired of that shit. I got tired. Every 2 or 3 months they not happy, and you got to hear that shit. I got tired of it. Got to check them, and you don't get enough back in return, in my opinion. And I understand why marriages between American black women and African don't last. These bitches they will catch hands, and when they've gone over, they have catched hands because they don't know because they think they think just because you're black, you're African American, and there's a lot of sisters that have caught hands in Africa by running their mouth, okay, by doing just what she did. African men are not going to take it. Salty, thank you for the Cash App. Remember, in her mind, she's not talking to person; she's talking to property. Exactly. Secondhand PSD. That the thing is that you hear it all the time. Remember when that chick was talking to Ebony K. Williams? You talked about her harsh tone and her tone, and she couldn't get past it because the way she sounded, she didn't say it the right way. Okay, and then she was blunt, she was direct, but her tone was not harsh. Okay, her tone was not harsh, but black women still took it as harsh. But the thing is, they have no problem unleashing that kind of fury on you. Okay, it's so romantic. Yeah, that's what Worf said, that Klingon men um, sing love songs while their women hurl heavy objects. Okay, that's why I call them Klingons. He is in the wrong, but thing is, that wasn't about whether he was in the wrong or not. Okay, it's how did she handle it. Okay, and sometimes it can just because he didn't take the trash out. Okay, do black men respect themselves? I think they're taught not to. I really do. Yeah, no, that's like you see they changed their ways for a white man. You see they changed their approach. And what do they say? You can't take that sister stuff over to a white man. In other words, uh, they know they can't be themselves. That's like a lot of sisters leave white men or don't marry white men because they can't be themselves. If they're dealing with a woman like this, there is no answer. Well, that's true. Well, the thing this is inbred because I was just listening to Young Grizzly this morning just before I got on. Right, he's saying the same thing. His mother still talks to him like a child because that is the only relationship that black women know to especially to their men. Okay, they treat their girls like other women. Okay, but the thing is, they treat their men like children. Said, does resuming the building of the wall in admission that indeed the immigrant plan has gotten out of control? How do you think this will look for the political run? I think that he's trying to get votes by rebuilding the wall. Okay. I don't think he's doing that well as far as polls are concerned. So this is a political thing. They don't need a wall to keep immigrants out, right? Immigrants are not going to come here and starve. They have to come here. They have to have paperwork to actually work and do jobs, right? If you don't hire them, they will go back home. Obama found that out right after the banking crash, right? He just cut off the jobs. You couldn't hire immigrants, right? Because he wanted the nationally born Americans to have the jobs first. Guess what the immigrants did when they couldn't work? They got on buses. They went home. He didn't have to deport them. They deported themselves. Yeah, early. But thing is, it's not. The thing is the fact that she could do it, and it was normal to her. In fact, I think Dr. Thunder was interviewing Nika, right, this morning, right, and she said the exact same thing. Is that she didn't know how disrespectful and hateful and contemptful that black men were toward black men until she had a YouTube channel and talked about passport bros, and saw all the vitriol come out for no reason, and that's just normal. He could be sweet. He could be sweet. That's possible. He could be. But thing is, I've heard men using um, women using men's names for their side chicks. So I think he's just cheating. I think she knows it too. But thing is, one one going through the phone is number one. Now, either he allows you to go through the phone or he doesn't. Okay, that's one thing that I didn't allow. Okay, but with girlfriends, since haven't been married, I don't know. But for my girlfriends, they weren't allowed, whether they live with you or not, they weren't allowed to go through my phone. And whatever you found, you couldn't bring up. And I had girlfriends go through the phone and say, "What is this? What's this? Okay, where'd you find it?" Well, I was looking through this. Why are you looking through it? Well, cuz whatever you found, and you might did you have permission to go through that shit? Well, no. Well, then you might as well not stop talking right now because you violated my privacy, and I did not give you permission. Now, if I unlock my phone and hand it to you, and it's open, that's one thing. But if I don't give you permission, yeah, very condescending. That's what triggered me. It wasn't really because there's tons of things that could happen, right? Why men do shit? Okay, they wanted you to play the game rigged in their favor. They want to have free reign to do everything they don't want you to be allowed to do. Yeah, notice the thing about them flashing white men in our faces. But the thing is, as soon as any brother dates anybody other than black, all of a sudden he has to be black, literally blackballed. I mean, basically, I finally got up and walked out too. And they said it was probably a skit, but you never know. The rest of Temple of Doom. I'm saying let them divest, man. Nobody really. That's the problem the investors are having with black men because nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's why I have to say all this outrageous stuff because nobody cares. The behavior is like fish in water until they get themselves together for a white man. Yeah, E. Franklin Frazier. Yep, that's the book. I've done videos on E. Franklin Frazier saying the exact same thing, right? About the matriarchy, or what I call the gynocracy. The exact same stuff. Go back and look at Fences, okay, with Troy and Rose, right? She wasn't nice to him. Rose was not nice to him. Rose had a smart ass mouth. She wasn't nice to him. In their mind, they own us. Yes, they do. That's why they call you boy. Uh, basically, Willa. Basically, Biden is pretty direct about what he's going to do, man. Okay. The thing is, for a sanctuary city, how come they didn't import all those Haitians into Atlanta? Why they deport all them Haitians? Now they weren't allowed in. They weren't allowed to cross the river. They had troops keeping them Haitians out. Okay. Why are they importing immigrants and shipping them all over the country? Because they're running out of white people. But the thing is, they're too freaking cowardly to say that shit. Those women have been proven to be irreversibly antithetical to those men. The thing is that I was waiting to see if there would be a change. Oh, great! Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. Well, they have to ding me. They sh- they should be charged money every time. Well, yep. Okay. For the righteous rage is green sauce gang. Thank you, Ninja Person. Yeah, that was gonna play that at the beginning, but that triggered me. And I'm pro black, man. I'm pro black, Pan African, all that kind of stuff, man. But I am so sick of that. My thing is, I would tell the pro blacks, I tell the conscious community, the nationalists, if black women are not willing to change, you're not gonna fix this because black men are tired. And I think as the manosphere grows, the black manosphere grows, I think they're getting more tired. Why should I have to put up with this? And they're letting you know that they don't do this for white men. It's just you. Some African mothers are notorious for that kind of disrespect and contempt of their kids. Yes, they are. That's why I think it might be genetic. But the thing is, the thing is that with me being over there, me being around African women, right? There's a level, okay? There's a level that they would go to. Now they would do their children to their men. There's a level that they would go to, and if they know that they go above that level, they're gonna catch hands. They expect to catch hands. That's how come they keep their mouths shut. And basically, and all the women tell you shouldn't don't talk that way to your husband. So I don't appreciate anybody who can't beat me talking to me like they can beat me. Seems counterintuitive to me. You're trained to accept it. Remember that um I think it was what's his name? Uh um he was having that that video where women are trying to explain how come uh mothers should teach their sons not to hit women back, okay? Hit girls back, no matter what they did to them, right? In other words, to accept abuse. They're trying to train, in other words, train men to accept abuse from their women. A Colombian president really spoke his mind about America and at the G7. Yeah, yeah, because at the G7, and I think Putin is saying the same thing. Putin says basically the global South is saying we should all be allied and not allow America to sponge off of us anymore, right? In other words, the time need to throw off these yokes because they extract so much and they give back very little. So that's what Putin was talking about. I may do that. I may do that. I may have to do that on my Patreon. They came back to well, they came back to the table. I think the brothers listened for that's their brother. He listened for a second, he listened to the deal and said, guess what? You know, he flashed to the deuces and got up and walked away. Security as a service is huge. Yes, it is. All right, y'all, get my likes up. Got 300 people, 66 people watching, 143 likes. Please get my likes up. Listening in Denver, Colorado. Thanks for the knowledge. Okay, you in Dion country. Okay, Jay Moore for the $5. Deep Vermin, what's up, man? You still in Houston? Where you at? All right, Buck. Well, all feminism did was give the misandry that black women already have uh, permission. That's what Necker was saying. All men really want is peace in their house, man. Peace and quiet in their house, right? They don't want to walk in and walk into a viper every day. And they're beyond God. We're mortals. What do you expect? That's true. But you have your mama release that birth certificate and a social security card from under that bed. In other words, hand it over to her. Hand over your papers to her. My ex told me her Nigerian husband put them paws on her. Then she came calling me. Yeah, because you're actually socialized to put up with it. The G77 meeting was in Cuba, consistent Latin America, Africa. Yeah, that is the global South. Because the West has overplayed their hand. So anybody that's been in my on my Patreon, this is not news, man. Basically, this is just confirmation of what we already knew was coming. Okay, way back a year and a half ago. So if you're part of the Patreon, this is nothing new. With the world being linked, ADOS men seeing what's minimum standard of others, they desire the same one accept. And then that's the magic of passport bros. That's the thing. It's not what they're doing. The thing is what they're showing. In other words, they're showing that women don't act the same way all over the world because that's the claim. The women are all the same. No, they're not. Okay, culture has a big influence on that. Immigration can be stopped by going after employers and penalize. If it happened in Florida, really you don't have to penalize them. Just Just come in and fire all these people. They'll get the message. She called to give me some. She cheated on him with me 3 years ago. Laughed my ass off. Yeah, that's the dysfunction of black men have. My mom and I fell out about the same thing. I was upset because she was talking to me like a child. She was upset because I called her out on it and wouldn't respond like a child. Talk to me nice. Yeah, talk to me like an adult. Yeah. RO, what's up? The world now knows, thanks to black men on social media, how black men for so long has been decomposed by America's plantation made 304s. And the awakening has begun. It had basically. I think the black woman actually knew it, but Passport Bros was basically black men flashing the deuces, okay, and walking out and walking away from the table. So they've come back to the table's going on right now, and basically black men are saying, "Is this all you got? You're not sorry. You're not going to change what you're doing. You're going to keep basically. I'm going to keep getting the same thing." And black men brothers saying, "You know what? Deuces, unacceptable." They're walking away just like the Teamsters. Chef Mike, my mom was upset when I kicked her out of the room when my son was born. It took her a long time to realize that I am her son, not a boy. Yep, that's true. Being blackballed from the community is not much of a punishment, and that's what brothers are finding out. Man, you actually do better. Rose only did missionary. Probably so. I don't know if Rose really loved him because the woman on the outside loved him, because you can see Troy. He was respected, but he was not loved in his family. I think I might do a film watch on fences maybe tomorrow. So what do you see? Number one, you got to stop putting your type in all caps, but I'll answer the question. What do you see in the future for black women financially? Will that break them for better or worse? They've had worse. I don't know if you can break them. Okay, it's been so ingrained into their psyche. Okay, even back then, would they cooperate? They cooperated because they had to. But the thing is, they still had the same tone. My grandmother, God rest her soul, man. She was born in 1910. She was that way since she was 15. She used to carry a razor in her bosom. Okay, she ain't take shit off her men. This is not new. In fact, a lot of the brother from Louisiana, from Shreveport, could tell you, them women ain't changed. They still the same. It gets passed down. In fact, uh, uh, my cousin's daughter was going through the same shit because she had a Dominican. Dominicans have a roving eye, right? Man, she tried to put his head through a wall. Okay, out of disrespect. They ain't changed. Diversity was only truly meant to apply to black women and white men. Yeah, that's true. You got a point. I would love a little Haiti in Memphis. The thing is, you got to look at what they do, not what they say. Okay, we had this big kerfuffle about immigrants, Haitian immigrants at the border, not able to come in right to the United States, even though they had skills, right? Okay, they they kept them at the border. They started deporting them back to Haiti or pushing them back where they came from. Well, guess what happened to the other immigrants? All of a sudden, they get shipped to New York and Chicago, in California, in Minnesota. Okay, they get shipped out. They get spread out. Why? Because they run out of white people. With the wrong kind of immigrants. They can't get any more white people from Europe, right? They're talking about sending Latin Americans to Europe. Did they do that for the Haitians? No. I like it when black women date, marry white men. I encourage more of them to do it. They have my full support. They need to test them. So the thing is, they can't. That's the problem. Most of them can't adapt. KMS with the $50 super chat. BSCIS, MSCIAW are reputable. I know because I PM their reversions. Okay. You'll be amazed at who listens to BGS. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm always amazed. Okay. I would be amazed who listens to me. Okay. But look for MGTOW Universe because he's going through WGU right now because he's already got a degree. I think it's from a technical college, but thing is that they're not keen on it. He's trying to go through WGU and then go get his master's from I think from Georgia Tech, right? Because he needs a master. I've told him, hey, you got to stay ahead of this wave, and he sees it that AI is going to replace jobs. It's already replacing jobs, so you're going to need as much training and much time and work as possible. Got to keep ahead of this wave. Okay, AI is coming for your job. Gynocrat expats are getting across the. They really are. In fact, I don't have. I'll put it up because Jesse sent it to me. Where Black women are trying to get with other single mothers in Africa and come together and form like a gynocracy, a gynocratic family kinship, right? Where they can take care of each other's kids and share houses and shit like that, man. So they're trying to make a gynocracy in Africa. Gunfit, that's real facts. Every even TV coverage to show none whites have a chance. They take their butts back. A week only took. Okay, I can't quite get what that is. Indigo Flow, what's up? The TikTok of a white one graduated was gold. Please keep it, please. And white women with their MRS degrees, right? What black women said they was actually disrespectful. Work with a few African sisters who've adopted some of Keisha's ways, but it's only to a tolerable degree. You're right. Yep. It's hard to change your training. African mothers will not tolerate their sons getting disrespected. They will check any bish. That's true. I said I popped my son once, and she went to pop me. I grabbed her. I said I grabbed her, and told her I give pops now, not receive them. I reminded that I could get in my car and drive 8 hours back to my house. I heard that. And I said, somewhat in the middle of Eastern boom, refugees coming. Yeah, and you expect it, man. So gotta peep the game. What's up, Art? Marshan was with the super chat, super sticker. Appreciate you. I said, when are you doing the black and white men together as passport bros? I know you do a great breakdown. That's why it's being updated. I love sending it to the B Dubs. I don't know. I mean, I might, man. I think I think it takes care of itself, but I might do it, especially since I think there's brothers actually trying to come back and shit on it again. The thing is that people think that Passport Bros is a movement because black men want to do it. They do, but the thing is they're responding to the environment. Passport Bros is an effect of the environment, especially since being a digital nomad is much easier. So they're just taking advantage of the environment. That's all. Oh, you moved back to Rialto? Okay. Okay. Man, I ain't been to Rialto, man, in like 20 years. High scholar in the house. Okay. Dr. Sun sent you down the rabbit hole of female narcissism. It's being encouraged. In fact, basically this whole system is a gynocracy now, man. Even white boys are admitting that it's a gynocracy because they don't have any rights anymore. So moved back to the U.S. for a short term stay after 15 plus years. The worsening dynamics between those men and women was the biggest culture shock. Can't wait to get back home in Japan. I heard that. You and Password OG, man. And he thinks black women as a demographic are going to get bred out in the States. It's going to take a while. And you got to remember, there's like 22 million of them. It's going to be kind of hard. And plus y'all ain't going to stop banging them. So y'all ain't going to stop seeding them. So it's going to be a while. The celebration of Kobe and KS deaths was final straw for many, and proof to the world it wasn't always Jermaine's fault. 9 of those men were shocked by the level of venom. Yeah, I wasn't. My black women going back to being slaves. Well, they're gonna try to take you with them. That's the problem. I saw, I don't know if that's real or not. I saw the pictures, but the thing is, I think it's a fake. Personally, with color purple PlayStation game, I think it's a fake. Being blackballed by a black woman is kind of like when the U.S. deported Slick Rick to the UK. See what else we got. All right. He said, a close friend back in the States, after 20 years living in Qatar, he said black women weren't as hostile in the 1990s. He grew up in Jersey City. No, feminism has made him worse. I said, I think they live in a van. They will. They live in a van. They will live on a tent. They will live in a shelter before they change. Man, you might be right, man. I don't think they can change. That's the problem. I don't think they can. I think it's too embedded into them. I don't think they can change. What do you think the marriage rate will be by 2030? I think the marriage rate, overall marriage rate, will be like 30%. I really do. I saw a video where there have been no births in the last months in Italy. I believe it. Something going on there. So all the women in Shreveport, they are, man. I swear to God, they are. That's how come I can't be with the woman from Shreveport. They're like that. They really are. And basically I'm not that way. So, and they don't tend to like me, because I don't put up with it. They have to tame that tongue. That's the reason I'm taking one class at a time. Okay. Yep. All right. Talking about. I said, for first, we have literally avoided any kind of black women out of fear of conflict, which is hard because they're the main ones working customer service. They've gotten better. They're not as nasty, so they need their jobs. Gano Borg in Africa edition. I didn't copy the post, but I'll put it up later. I'll take my son to North Africa to find a wife before I allow them to go sexless. Yeah, that's true. Save the boys and the men, damn everybody else. Okay. Mr. Shane Vicious, we just had a big tech conference here in Orlando. A couple of my non-binary friends attended, associates attended. Okay. Bureau Hammer TV, blooded, I think the video is misleading. In any country, particularly Roman Catholic one, everyone sees the new life. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay. Southern Purchase. I remember you saying a few years ago that you saw a look of defeat on black women's faces, a sense of hopelessness that you never thought you would see. Are you seeing that now in your opinion? I think I see more panic. I think Passport Bros has really shook up a lot of black women. That's how come they're so vicious about it, because they know that you're leaving. They know that you're leaving. I think the reason that they're here squawking at us because they know that pretty much we've given up. I think that's the problem. We've actually, I think most black men in America has pretty much given up on black women for the most part. We deal with them if we have to, but for the most part, man, we're really not trying to go all out to actually be with them no more. MS Delta, hi brothers, working late, got to get bread for these super chats. Actually, I'm trying to get a promotion. Hashtag Black Man Magic. Well, if MS Delta, I do believe you have a wrench, man. Promote yourself, pimp your channel. Anybody with a wrench has carte blanche. I gave you a wrench, you have carte blanche to pimp your channel. You don't have to ask permission. Or whatever you're trying to pimp. If you got something, as long as it's above board and it's clean, it's legal, it's not something that's gonna get the channel in trouble, go ahead and put your link in. Miguelito, what's up? Yeah, I think that's when I saw that video, man. I'm kind of tired of this. But everybody's not leaving. Well, everybody can't leave. Okay, the thing is, but I think that I think black men will actually put up with less. Okay, what you saw there, you can see him, and he didn't want to put up that shit. He's ready to leave. Okay, because he was tired of her. In other words, get out of my face. That's like the marriage rate is dropping. So they're gonna have to do something, man. They're gonna have to learn how to change, at least learn how to soften what they're already doing. That's why you see a lot of black women in this space, man. A lot of black women trolling, a lot of black women at the purple pill space. There's a lot of purple pill channels just popping up left and right. Okay, that's the table, and it's increasing. A lot of TikToks, all this stuff talking about this stuff. It's increasing. That's the table. The thing is, what are they saying, and will you accept what they're saying? Because they're trying to convince you to accept them. That's what they're trying to do. That's what all this stuff is about. This is their program that they're trying to implement on you. They're trying to shame you into actually accepting their program. Those women have a death before the sign of mindset. That is true. That is true. They do. That's why I tell the pro-black saying, you got to talk to the women. If women aren't willing to change, you're not going to save this. So I'm legitimately traumatized by women nagging. I'd rather be homeless than rather sleep on top of the house than deal with a nagging woman. That's in the Bible. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that most men are going the other way. Man, they ain't no freakier than anybody else. Okay, they're not. They ain't no freakier than anybody else, man. If you they used to be ride or die. They used to be more cooperative. They used to, they cook, clean. They knew their place. In other words, they were trained to be wives. Okay, these modern Louisiana chicks, man, they're not trained to be wives, and they're still hostile, and they will cut you, and they will fight you. Okay, trust and believe. My mother is a Louisiana woman. She's born and raised in Shreveport. Okay, in Sweepo. Okay, my aunt's born and raised in Sweepo. I know how they are. I know how they are. They're trying to Rasputin their way into dating a brother. They are Jackson State trying to stop us from going to Colorado. You ain't shit. I say the Waldo nationalists, Black Manosphere Spaces talking smack under their breath. All right, we're at an hour, so I'm going to drop the link. Some people can come up if they want to have a chat or ask some questions. It really wasn't supposed to be a female-dominated talk because I just had to play that because her tone triggered me, man. When I listened to it, even though I agree that she should have been upset, I have no problem with her being upset. okay? But that tone and that squawking and that it just triggered me. I said, man, I'm tired of this. I had to check my my grandson right yesterday because he did something at school and his father's trying to check him, right? And he's squawking back. When I walked in on him, I said, wait a minute. I said, since when do you talk to your father that way? He looked at me. I said, since when do you talk to your father that way? I said, you're on his contract, not the other way around. I said, I don't want to ever hear you talk to your father that way. Okay. You know how to use your words, you know how to express yourself because I taught you how to do it. You can talk without that freaking sassiness in it to him. I said, I won't ever hear you talk to your father that way. And this stuff spreads. I know he gets it from his mother. And she would know that I would, I would never allow her to talk to any adult like that when she was the same age. I'm about to kill everybody on Highway 5, bro. You driving on Highway 5 on a Friday, man. Will you deserve what you get? My mom couldn't break me as a child. These hyenas don't stand a chance. I get numbers just for sport. Yep. If you got what they like, they're gonna come. But the thing is, the attitude is still gonna be their attitude. It's putting up with their attitude. That's why I said some of these women need pimps. Okay, they don't need a man. They need a pimp to handle their broken ass. Anyhow, do this. We do this. And away we go. We'll do this for about an hour, and then we will bounce. Said, "Oh, I got right hooks from Pops." Yeah, well, Pops. Most men are not on your ass every day. Most men just say, "This is what you got to do. This is the way you got to do it. This is the way you got to say it." As long as you do what you're supposed to do, most men do not want to sit there and harass you about no bullshit. They don't. They really don't. Most men want to get in. You get straight and get the system straight so that things will run. Most men want this shit to run smoothly. They don't want all this crap. They're not trying to get in your business and fuck with you and beat the shit out of you. What they want to do is really you do what you're supposed to do. Even the harsh ones, do what the fuck you're supposed to do. Get it done so I don't have to talk to you. Most men don't even want to talk to you if they can help it. Do what you got to do.
Hey, what's going on, BG?
Okay, yeah, got me on. Gigi. Okay.
Man, what's going on with you, homie?
Get his thing straight. What's up, Brandon?
Hey,
oh man, ain't shit, man. These motherfuckers need to go, man. What the hell?
Well, y'all keep fucking them, man. I can't. Nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, well, I ain't fucking, but
Y'all keep messing with my son to move on, man. He's in the Latinas. Let me know when you get your mic straight, Gigi.
I think I got it straight.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, it is what it is. And like you said, I'm tired of that tone. I got to talk to some of my aunts about that because I'm not listening to that shit anymore. I'm too old.
Yeah, because I'm
not going to take it from a younger version of them. That's what I think they don't understand. I will not take that from a younger version. They'll be out of my house.
The thing is, Kirk Franklin did his special right when he went to see his aunt. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was sitting in the car. Now this dude is 53 years old, rich and famous, right? She talked to him like he's like a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah, I've been to one of his concerts.
Yeah.
The dude's off the chain.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, man, and she still refused to tell the truth, man.
Oh, I'm talking about his aunt. Before his mother got there, I'm talking about his aunt. I said, "Boy, you get your ass out this car. You can't sit in this." I said, "Wait a minute. This dude is 53 years old."
I don't blame her. He just looked up. I imagine he was just looking the other way, like.
He accepted it. He accepted. He didn't get out the car, but he talked to real nice and polite and stuff like that, like ma'am and stuff like that. That's where we're trained. Okay.
Yeah, that is the way we're trained.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? What's happening?
GP, what's going on, man?
What's good, man? Hey, I I was just dropping in just to holler at y'all. That's it. Got off the job and pushed through. Hey, but in reference to that, Kurt Franklin's aunt. At first, I had the question ran through my mind: is that really his mama? Is the aunt really the mama?
Yeah.
That you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That crossed my mind. Like,
yeah.
you know, I know. Yeah, but the way it came across, like when she first talked to him, cussed at him and all that. I'm like, wait, hold on, is that his real mama?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I can see why you would think that.
Yeah, man. She was a little boy in his ass.
Yeah, like, okay, she's trying to enact the wiring to
she's reading from the scrolls, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Plus, blah blah blah. So you can actually say ready to comply, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. Yeah.
The way she and I'm sure a lot of us have either heard of it or experienced that.
Man, when I was working, man, that was one of the job I was at, had a big break room, right? You had nothing but guys, like 20, 25 guys sitting at tables, right? This woman come because she was upset about something, coming and fussing at all these men, like they supposed to like kowtow to her.
Yeah.
Everybody turned around and just looked at her. Like, what the fuck is your problem? But they think that they can actually command compliance through with men, no matter what. A couple of times I had to check my daughter, about that shit, because she got grown. She had to out there used to dealing with grown guys. She had try to do that shit to me. I said, so I let it go like 2 or 3 minutes and said, okay, get it out. I said, yeah. I said, who am I? Your dad. Okay. Since when do you talk to your dad like that? But my ass. You know how to use your words. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't tolerate like real shit, man. They feel like they got some type of control over some shit.
That's the way they've been trained.
Exactly. Just like you said, it's like when they say, "Oh, you're our men, you're our," you know what I'm saying? My men, you know what I mean? Like they own us or some type of shit. Like,
they believe so. Like they released that birth certificate and Social Security card from under that bed. Okay.
Yeah, I don't tolerate that behavior.
Even a fast track is fucked up.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Who else jumping in? Anybody else? Y'all can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be.
Hey. Okay, so let me break this open to y'all. Okay. So I was at work, right? And I'm around doctors and all like that. Okay, blah blah blah.
Right.
All right. Now listen. So one of the doctors came by and I said, let's say her name is Smith, right?
Okay.
I said, good morning, Miss Smith. How are you doing? She turned back around and she checked me. She said, doctor. And I was like, oh, okay. Now, for me, I don't know about you guys, but for the most part, I was raised to say, hey, Miss, Mr., Sir, Ma'am, as a symbol of, respect, right?
Yeah, respect.
Respect, right? So when she did that, I was like, wait, hold on. I said Miss Smith, and, you turn around with me, you want to check me because I didn't say Dr. Smith.
But you know how women are about titles, man. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather have that title over their name than actually have the actual respect behind their name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think, Mr. or Mrs. is if we're not in that environment,
okay,
wouldn't the proper thing to say? If I don't know you, I would say, oh, hey, how you doing, Miss Smith? If I just happen to. I didn't know she was a doctor or anything like that. I just say, hey, how you doing, Miss Smith? Isn't that a sign of respect?
Yeah, it is. And her basically, if she doesn't know you, you haven't shown any disrespect, she could have turned around, shook your hand, but call me doctor, and done it a different way.
Many doctors are like that in general, man. They just they
work hard to get that title.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I understand what you're saying. I mean, if I don't know you, it's like it's not that serious. But yeah, that's why a lot of them walk around and they walk around dressed dressing in you know, all raggedy because they think that they can't be judged.
Well, I don't give a daggone if you a doctor or not. I think if I'm referring to you as Mr. or Miss, there's other doctors in there. Like there's one doctor, you know, we call him Mr. Jones. He's a doctor, but I say speak to him every morning. Hey, Mr. Jones, good morning, Mr. Jones, and we have probably it's not a thing. You know,
they take it as a sign of disrespect. Yeah,
that's what I was told.
Yeah.
Like wait a minute, you know, I'm as a child we're taught. Call Mr. Smith, call Miss Smith, Miss Smith, not just Smith, or Mr. Jones, not just Jones, Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
You see, and that's how we come up as, you know, as boys. You know, we're at least I was taught that. You know, but when that happened, I was like, okay, like what? You know, I just didn't really react the way I would. My first thing is to check her. You know, like I'm gonna check you right now.
No, because you're at work. Yeah.
Right.
All she was trying to do was demonstrate, man, that she was your better in that environment. There's a hierarchy. She was trying to let you know you at the bottom of the food chain. I'm at the top. I'm a doctor. That's what I mean.
Yes, sir.
My title. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In my view, I think it's petty. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is, man. But you know. Hey, look, all I can say is, man, I thought about like how women talk to men.
Yes, sir.
In this culture. And I think it's part of the reason is that, you know, by and large, men don't check the shit. I mean, just in general, right? Like, come on, man. Like you only talk like that to somebody whose ass you can whip, for real. Like you know, like the hand clapping energy. You ever heard of that? Like, you know, black and then they clap their hands while they talking. Man, it's some irritating shit, bro. All I can say is, man, we gotta stop tolerating that, man, and let them know. But then if you do, then you become some sort of big bad animal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you stand up for yourself naturally, then all of a sudden it becomes an offense to them. It's an injustice.
And if you return the energy that they give to you.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
But that just it disrupts the natural order of things. And I understand there's a certain latitude that you got to give anybody or any group of people. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, when it becomes something that they feel like they can command with authority, man, like sometimes these chicks need to be put in their place, man. I mean, I hate to say that shit, but I mean, like, I don't know how to get beyond it, man.
But why do you hate to say that though? I mean, it's the fact, right?
Because I don't like to hurt people, man.
Oh, no, I forget that. If they good with hurting you, I say keep that same energy.
Man, I you know, I consider myself to be.
You're socialized the same way that we all
exactly, man. Yeah. You know, I feel like I am a member of polite society.
No, you don't like to revert. You got a metal arm too, Negro, just like we do.
Come on, GG. Come on.
You got a metal arm just like us, man.
Come on, G.
Don't stop, G.
You mean you saying I'm a winter soldier, man?
You win, yeah. You got the chip in your brain too.
Yeah. I do have a chip in my brain to a certain extent, but I got a chip in my brain for everyone. You know, like even men. You know, there's a certain level of disrespect that I will tolerate in order to keep the peace. Okay, but after a certain period of time, my tolerance level dissipates. Like, okay, the first time I'm like, okay, there might be an issue going on here. I understand it, but in order to preserve the peace, I'm going to tolerate that. But okay, you know what they say: F me once, shame on you. F me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, I agree.
What you saying is you know when to shut up and when to talk.
Well, look, put it this way. One of the things that I don't do, it like say, for example, if a woman told me or a man told me, it's doctor to you. Oh, I'll say, oh, I'm sorry. I did not know. But because the first thing I want to do to anyone is to provide respect.
You're
Because
right.
if you want it, you got to give it. Okay.
Exactly.
But then there are certain groups of people who feel like, you know, they can say and do whatever the fuck they want to do when they want to do it. And I just, my viewpoint on this issue is when women do this, I think that they get caught up in the authority of motherhood, and they don't know how there are different spheres of activity that needs to take place in different relationships among different people. I think their motherhood to them translates into other areas of influence where it's inappropriate. Like I tell a woman all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, my mother's dead, man. And I only had one of them.
Is this you, Doc?
Man, hey, bro. You know, I ain't never been.
Oh man, you better stop it, Doc. You better stop it, Doc.
Lord,
Go ahead, Doc.
But I mean, the point I'm making is this. I try to tell these chicks, man, you ain't my mom. My mom died, man, in 2013. You feel me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I only had one, and you're not connected to her, and there's nothing you can really actually impart to me that she hasn't already done. And when I hit the age of 21, she ceased to be an authoritarian. In fact, my mother ceased to be an authoritarian, like in a, you know, a physical, like authority, you know, like discipline kind of way, really.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I was like 16 years old, when she could stop, she couldn't whip my ass no more.
Yeah.
At that time, like every woman knows, there's a point where if she raising a son, she can't whip his ass no more. So she can impart wisdom to him, but at that moment, she knows this nigga can whip my ass if he want to.
Yep.
Okay. Now you ain't gonna do it, but she knows in her mind, like if she get ill, like you got to understand, mothers know that there's a certain kind of power that they have by enacting physical discipline, like corporal punishment to their children.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, when they know they can't do that anymore, that's a loss of control. Now, a man doesn't really experience that to the same degree as a woman, especially with a boy. A man really never experiences that with his girl. You know what I'm saying? But a mother has to understand, like, this dude has become a member of a class of persons who can fuck me up.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to leave this nigga. I need to impart some kind of respect to this boy.
Mm-hmm.
But like, all women need to understand, like, everybody ain't your son, man. And not everybody is going to treat you with the same degree of respect that your son will. But they bank on that motherhood vibe, that motherhood aura, the motherhood, you know, and then it's also connected to this twisted form of Southern, you know, respect for parents and shit. Like when I heard Kirk Franklin's auntie talking to him like that, that's that, you know, that Southern.
It triggered you, yeah.
It's the Southern idea of like you respect your elders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
But you also get tired of that shit.
I don't have a problem if elders don't have to understand. You can't just carry a stick,
right?
And every encounter, you have to enforce some formal form of respect. Look, you got to give it to receive it. Even the elderly have to understand, or the members of the elder community got to be. You can't just bank on that shit to somebody else that's already in that same kind of domain as you are. Like, just because you're 10 years older than me don't mean that, or 20 years older than me means that I got to fucking act like you my father or my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I tell an 80-year-old woman, man, bitch, if you don't stop talking to me like I'm some fucking boy.
Yes.
I
had to do, and I didn't use those terms, but I let them know, hey, I'm not a kid. You can't approach me like that. You know, you got to approach me with kind of respect. Yes, sir.
I've walked off of my own grandmother,
and
she, God rest her soul, she had dementia, and I had to get out of the street.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought she was still going to talk to me crazy. I was like, you know what? Nope.
Yep.
And I just walked off. I'm like,
Well, I'm gonna just say, I don't tolerate that kind of behavior from nobody. Okay. Now, men deal with men, right? So if I'm a deal with men accordingly and men dealing with me accordingly, then there's a level of respect that is understood. So why, if I understand that from men, why would I let anybody other than men come at me like that? You know, when I understand what is the consequences of that, why would I do that?
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's gonna be some correction going on here. That's just the fact about it. You know, if I'm of age, right, and you of age, then I'm gonna conduct myself as such and apply correction to whatever behaviors that are out of order. That just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You know, why would I let somebody just talk to me in all kind of way, and I haven't talked to you any old kind of way?
Yeah. I'm not, you know.
What sense does that make? No, I say, no, we ain't gonna. I ain't tolerating that. No.
Yeah. In other words, just like the clip I played, man, the video I played, she was talking to him as he was a child, not as an adult.
Right.
Demanding things. I demand that I went to your phone and you're not giving me the truth. He's not your child. What you gonna do? Are you gonna walk out the door? You gonna pack your shit and leave? You think he cheated? You do what you need to do.
Well, hey man, I got to push off, man. I just want to come up here and holler at y'all, man. You guys keep doing your thing, man.
GP,
you know,
are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I catch y'all, man. Hey,
all right.
Hey, G with the PhD. Hey, man. Don't be in that picture, man. VGS. Don't be in that picture, brother.
What you don't want me to do, man?
Don't be in that picture like that, brother.
Oh man, you know, hey, bro, it is.
Get out the picture, man. Get out the picture. All right, go.
All right.
All right, who hasn't gotten in? That wants to get in? Anybody?
I will, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, BBS? I just wanted to say that nothing much. This is a conversation, and I would dare say it's the fault of men for tolerating.
Yeah,
that's my personal opinion.
Well, that's true. You know, it's it takes two to tango, right? So
exactly.
they're giving it, and we're not checking them. And because the thing is, we're conditioned to take it, right? I think I forget the guy's name, man. We actually had that stream where women actually wanted women to teach their boys not to hit little girls back, no matter what they did, right?
Yep.
Condition little boys to take it.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Well, I tell you what, I was fortunate enough as a young man. My father taught me very early on, and I'm talking late 70s, early 80s. All with girls, always arm distance. Try not to hit back, but defend yourself if necessary. And if you get caught in a situation where you do have to physically defend yourself, that's what you say. I'm American. I have right to defend myself. I was attacked.
Yeah.
And you leave it at that. But in a general sense, both physically or verbally, men tolerate too much. And they don't get those lessons early on in life. So they're stuck taking verbal abuse, taking physical abuse, and it's all unnecessary.
And basically, it extends into adulthood, man. The thing is, that kind of abuse, that kind of attitude, that kind of physicality doesn't start in adulthood. That starts in childhood, man. My grandson's 11. He just had to deal with that. Okay, a little girl, that wanted to get his attention. She threw stuff at him, in class. Okay, he had to get sent out of class.
Well, I have a son that's 7 years old. The same situation with both with his sister and in school.
Yeah.
And I told him, hey, somebody tells you, you defend yourself. You don't know anybody hurt you or whatever. I got your back no matter what, and I'll fight for you.
Yeah.
If in fact you get caught in a situation, but you don't let anybody physically assault you at all.
Yes. So, defend yourself.
I made that abundantly clear.
Yeah. That's it. And I always tell my kids, if you have a problem with a student, give your teacher the chance to correct it. If at all possible, and if you're in a fight, you're in a fight. But if I said if you got to take the first lick, if it's not too hard, give a teacher a chance to correct it. But after that, basically, you wear the shit out of them. So what?
Well, the issue on that part is that the overwhelming majority of the teachers, both in elementary and high school, are female.
Yeah.
So a male child runs the risk of dealing with a situation if he has a confrontation with a female that at the very least, the teacher's going to identify more with the female and be against the male.
Well, she will. But the thing is, I always tell my kid, you have to give the teacher a chance at correcting it. If they can't correct it, then you do what you got to do. I said then, because I had to do that with not only with my kids but also with a girlfriend's child, right? And I said, okay, would he approach you saying there was a problem? Well, yeah. I said, well, then after that, that ass whipping just has to be an ass whipping. You're gonna suspend him, you got to suspend him, but guess what? He's gonna defend himself. If you don't step in and correct that other person, that's on you.
And I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, but nowadays it's so anti-male in this country.
It's not going to change. It's not going to change.
Boys are go ahead, sir.
It's not going to change anytime soon. This is what the manosphere is trying to do. We're trying to slowly but surely change the attitude of not just the women but the men to actually start correcting this kind of stuff. They're not going to take this kind of stuff anymore. Monahan tried to do it back in the mid '60s. Okay, then white women and black women were not having it. Okay, so
Monahan.
Yeah, he wanted a male-centered education for black boys. Okay, a male-dominated education for black boys, and get them away from what he called the matriarchy.
And I agree with that as well. I mean, because the studies that I've read stated that when black male children are in all boys schools, or at least a classroom situation, they perform much better, and there's not the behavioral problems, not the problems with students significantly reduces, and academically they perform much better.
So, in other words, if that is the case, you need better black men and black boys. How come the women aren't fighting for it? Okay.
What's up, sirs? One thing I'll say is, I'm sorry. Do you want to continue?
Oh, please go ahead, sir.
One thing I will say is that the boys' schools that I know of, a lot of them are turning co-ed, and the big thing that crushed them was
I'll be back in about 5 minutes, y'all. So y'all can keep going.
Okay. Yeah, the virus that came out 3 years ago has actually turned a lot of them to have to force to readjust their budgets. And the big thing was a lot of international students were paying full freight, and now they weren't coming for the past 2-3 years, so they've had to either, get a miracle benefactor or readjust their business plan. And so a lot of them are switching up to going co-ed. And I've seen it over the past year or so. It's becoming less likely of an option. So people can afford to homeschool. That might have to be an alternative.
Well,
because it changes the whole dynamic.
I'm personally trying to get a 100% remote position. Right now I'm working hybrid, 3 days in the office, 2 days at home, but I'm trying to get it at 100% so I can leave the country and go to a city or a country, I say in general, that it has a more of a defined culture that's not really taking any dictation or guidance from social media and influencers and corporate entities within the United States, because that's where all these problems stem. I mean, ultimately because people follow those trends and agendas instead of thinking for themselves. But we've never really had a real culture in this country because it's a country full of immigrants. So what country? I mean, I heard somebody say the other day, well, American food. I said, what's American food? I said, the hamburger was made in Hamburg, Germany. The French fries.
I mean, corn?
France. I said, so there is no defined culture here. And this is why every 5 minutes is some new agenda that you have to follow and change your entire life and change how you raise your kids and change anymore now how you speak, which affects your right to free speech. And it's absolutely horrible. I just want to go somewhere where the culture is defined, either Asia or South America or somewhere where I don't have to guess and wonder when I wake up in the morning, is my life completely changed in terms of how I interact with people. And there's respect for elders and there's respect for your environment and so on, because you don't have that here. Not in this country. And I'll yield to the floor.
Can I get a word in?
Go ahead.
I want to talk to BJS. Is he here?
He said I'll be away for about 5 minutes.
Oh, well, I'll wait.
I mean, America does have a culture, but go ahead, AB.
No, it was me, Truth, bro. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
I was. It was you, AB.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Yeah. Okay, then it was me. I just wanted to just briefly touch on the subject real quick. How's everybody doing? Sir Pookie True.
Good.
I think I used to. I would say I really did used to agree with what you're saying, but from what I see around the world, I just think a lot of changes like that also happen, in other countries as well. Because a lot of stuff that's happening with the social credit score in Asia, like we don't necessarily know. So I think that's just going to become a part of the life with things. I think because of how information is just traveling faster, like you have all these different thought bubbles and vacuums, thought ideas and thought vacuums of these beliefs that people have that get some kind of acclaim and get to your eyes. So I would say probably thinking for me, what's been working for me is it's really like vetting the material and the sources that I'm really listening to. That's going to be critical. Discernment is critical.
Well, I would beg to differ because, again, if you go to America and try to play certain things, you're going to get yourself hurt. Number one, there's certain things that are not going to change. In Asia, you respect your elders. In Asia, you take care of your family and get older, especially if you're male. Certain things are just not going to change, and they haven't had the influence since a lot of those countries are homogeneous. They haven't had that influence take hold to a great extent. Now, technology have a certain influence, but on a whole, the culture remains intact.
So far.
And here, it's not the case. So far, but hell, so far.
Yeah, when you look at, I always look at South Korea, right? Okay, look at South Korea. What's going on right now? And that's
demographic collapse.
Demographic collapse in 60 years. From 95% married and six children per woman, and like less like 5% divorce, down to 50% divorce, less than one child per woman. Marriage is down less than 50%, and that's in 60 years because of the environment, because of the post-industrial environment.
They're way too tight.
And what are they doing to combat that?
What can you do?
They have like 6 countries running the half the country.
Programs to encourage marriage, child tax credit.
They've done all that. It doesn't work. They've done that in Europe for years. It doesn't work.
Hey, BJS, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
I live in Sweden, and I've been listening to you and other guys in the manosphere.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just interested in how do you think like the feminist movement in Black America has affected Europe and other countries?
The feminist movement started in Europe. Okay, started in and Dr. Gigi can tell you. I don't know if he's still here. He can tell you
Wollstonecraft.
No, it started with it started with Caroline Norton, the custody of infants, for the most part. Okay?
That's one of the practices. But but that's one of the writers. Yes. I'll just say yes.
One of the writers. What are you talking about? One of the writers.
Yeah, Caroline Norton is one of the people who pushed into policy how that happens. But I was going to say Wollstonecraft was one of the first people writing about in the time. So like we're talking about two different people who are doing two different facets of the whole feminist
she's basically we there's a whole paper about it about I think 1804 there was a bunch of cases about custody of children, in challenging the patriarchy in 1804.
But let me just ask you: is the birth rate is it low in Sweden?
Yes. Was it 1.3 or 1.4, something like that?
Dang.
Yeah, it drops. It drops when we make the environment too comfortable, too safe. It's really that simple. That you see it everywhere. So
everywhere.
If we were to make it, more realistic, you would. Well, obviously the population would it would drop, but I think it'd be more concentrated because people would be far more realistic about one, their daily decisions, and two, who the hell they mating with.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be that simple.
We're still organisms, right? We respond to the
Exactly.
environment, not the other way around. And
I
basically,
wonder how these ratings were in the 90s. Like, were they as devastating as they are now? Like, probably not.
what are you talking about?
Like the marriage ratings and the birth rates and all that.
I think I showed the chart about it. See if I can find it again.
Yeah, we were still in Twilight. I don't understand the correlation between a safe environment and low birth rate.
Okay, the thing is, why do you need children?
Why do we need children?
Yes.
To carry on legacy.
No.
Labor.
What are children actually there for? It's called human resources, right? Before in a rural environment where you had 9 kids, you needed all 9 kids. Why? Because they provided. They worked. Okay.
Yeah.
What do they not do in a post-industrial society?
They just sit at home.
They don't produce.
They don't produce.
They just consume.
They consume and they cost. Okay. So,
yeah.
So in other words, are you so in Sweden? If you live in Oslo, is it Oslo? No. What is it?
No, I live in Stockholm.
Stockholm, Sweden, right in the middle of the city. Are you gonna have 10 kids?
No way.
No. Why?
If you own IKEA.
Nah.
Why?
Yeah, if I'm rich. Nah, but because it's very expensive and yeah.
You don't think women know that?
Okay, I understand what you mean.
In here in the States, women and children attribute a little bit over 70% of consumption. Just women and children. Think about that.
I
mafia.
One time.
Yeah,
it's like the mafia bust out, like in Goodfellas, where they just come in and they're just racking up charges and charges and charges, and all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, where's all this money going? And they're like, hey, we got what you need. Get rid of the dad, get rid of the business, burn it all down.
This is like one thing that Kevin Samuels used to say. He always said necessity is the mother of invention. So when you don't have much, you produce more, I guess, if that makes sense.
Repeat that again. I'm quite finished.
Kevin Samuels used to say necessity is the mother of invention. So
yes,
it goes to what you said about when we were poor or when we didn't have this global society, we had more kids, we had more I guess family structure.
Yeah, because it was necessary. But basically, family is just a way of organizing people. Okay, for an environment. Okay, that's all it is. We put all this sacred stuff on it. But the thing is, family is just how you organize people. Okay, whatever for a given environment. What happens when that environment is no longer there?
Right,
and it's changing all over. Anytime you see the post-industrial society, for the most part, except for the very authoritarian cultures, right? What you see is lower birth rates, and you see more out of wedlock births, right?
Yes, sir.
The largest concentration of out of wedlock birth rates is not in the United States. It's not even Black community. It's Colombia at 85%. Okay, in Black.
Wait. Say that again. What is in Colombia?
The largest out of wedlock birth rate is in Colombia at 85%. Okay, and basically, Black women would if Black women was just a country by itself, they'd be 4th as far as out of wedlock birth rates. They'd be 4th. Okay, Sweden has an out of wedlock birth rate of 60%.
Yeah, I mean, you used to not see this before. I'm pretty young, so I'm 25. But when my dad came here, he said that it was more intact families. In recent years, you see a lot more, out of young women having babies and stuff. So you definitely see.
Well, I can attest to the fact that the birth out of marriage birth rate in Colombia is really high. I just went there in May, and a lot of the women had kids, no husband, no nothing.
Yeah, because they gave them jobs. Okay,
that's right.
They got jobs now.
Okay, BJS, you said another thing that I keyed on. You said that the future is in Africa. Do you still believe that?
Okay. What do you need to actually command a global economy, especially a global dominance? What do you need? What do you think?
Okay, I don't understand. Like, can you use it more simple?
If you have to have what, people? Okay. You have to have young
Okay.
people. Okay. Quigley called that he called that the B cycle. Okay. In other words, the growth cycle, which is the B cycle, and that usually signals global dominance. Okay, or local dominance. Okay.
Yep.
Where's the biggest, really the only positive birth rate and group of young people on the planet? Where are they at? They're in Africa.
Africa.
Like I think it's like 80% of the I think like 80% of the African population is under the age of 25.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Okay. The second thing is what? You need infrastructure, right? Okay. Okay. You need technology. Okay. And the last thing you need is what? Resources. Where are the resources? Two things that the Africa has now is what? People and resources. Okay. And guess what they're getting from China and the BRICS?
Infrastructure.
Technology and infrastructure, right? The thing is, you need infrastructure. Infrastructure keeps those young people alive. Okay. But the reason Africa could never grow is because the infrastructure kept the population low. Okay. Because like 3 out of every 5 babies would die. Okay. Because of water, because of food, because of all this other kind of shit. As soon as the infrastructure comes in, guess what happened? You're basically Africa's population is pretty much almost doubled in the last 20 years because of the infrastructure. Okay. You bring in infrastructure, technology, and educate these young people. Guess what you're going to get along with your resources? What does that equal?
Yeah, it's the future, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, BGS, you're getting a link. You're getting a link drop request from the crowd audience.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so that's
one time. Who's first?
I just want to add
the last question
on to that. Oh yeah. I'm sorry if I take all your time. That's because that's our responsibility as diasporans, Africans. You know, we need to go back and like.
The biggest thing Africa is going to have to decide for itself who they're going to follow. Okay, and that's the thing with what's going on with Niger, and that's the thing that's going on with what's the other country? In Mali, there's another. I forget the other country that had the coup, right? Okay, y'all gonna have to decide who y'all gonna follow.
Yeah, we need to do that
because what holds you back is not the diaspora. Basically, you know, I have my issues with the with the Africans, part diaspora. How come it's easier for me to actually get a citizenship in Latin America than it is in the continent of Africa? Pick a country, right? Why does that happen?
Because the government is controlled by foreign policy. They don't want black people to go back.
What is saying about you can't serve what?
Two masters.
Two masters. Right. And this is your test, because guess what? The BRICS said we're ready to help you. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to pick who you gonna follow.
The BRICS.
BRICS, BRICS.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying when I say BRICS?
No, not really.
Brazil, Russia, India, China. Okay. South Africa, they've been around for like 20 years. They're the hottest thing going right now for the last 2 years. Okay. You got to educate yourself. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Been doing this a long time.
Okay? Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Are the BRICS against the LGBT agenda, like how some
they don't care. They don't care, man. If you want to allow LGBTQ in your country, they don't give a shit. Okay. They're not trying to push that agenda on you like the West is. But if you want to let flaming gay people in women's bathrooms, they don't really care. Okay, that's on you.
Exactly.
Yeah. At least my country, Eritrea, hasn't let them in yet.
I don't think there's been a. I think South Africa maybe a little bit, but for the most part, you know, I think South Africa still uses tires. Okay, burning tires for people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got the Winnie Mandela. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So
get that
yeah,
gasoline and
And tar.
so they say, yeah. Well, we're accepting of it, but on the ground it kind of plays out differently. So
yeah,
I'm just saying,
play it low key. That's what they tell you. Like
and it's kind of hard to be low key when you see somebody with a burning tire around their neck. So
Oh no, I'm saying the same sex couples. They're saying
Yeah.
you could do that behind your bedroom walls, like not in the front yard. If they're a couple, y'all are roommates. You know, like they're
yeah. So
and that's
I
how
don't
a
know.
lot of cultures outside of the West are. They're just
yeah.
It's just don't promote it publicly and don't put it in our face. I mean, technically, it's always pretty much been like that. So
Yeah, but as far as that's concerned, yeah.
Hey,
All right.
BJs, can I ask the last question?
No, you asked
Okay,
the last
I'm
question
sorry.
already. We got 7 other people on the panel. Okay.
Well, I just want to chime and say, man, like I forgot who presented it, but I never thought I would see like the dude that runs the top jewelry store complaining about, people not coming in, buying engagement rings, and complaining about his ratings, being down.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's it. The manosphere has been telling people like that for years that this is coming. Okay. But fat meat's not greasy until it is. Okay.
he clearly wasn't paying attention to the demographics.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I mean, really, what incentive do men have to marry in this current environment?
Not a
Take
damn
all that
thing.
risk. You had a divorce attorney say the same thing. Okay. That you're a fool to get married. Okay, especially
Yeah.
without a prenup.
Yeah. I saw this, but I saw this years ago. I was in the court. This is in Rhode Island, so it's not as bad as like California and other states. But this couple, they were getting divorced, and the guy was making, I think, 75 or 80 grand.
Mhm.
And pretty much she got to touch everything except for his Harley.
Mm.
That's it, in his work truck. So we're
Yeah.
talking about his 401k before, everything before they met and after they got married.
Mhm.
And then after that, they gave him a time frame to sell the house.
Mhm.
He had a
If you don't
201k.
if you don't sell the house by, I think it was in 6 months, something, I forget what it was, definitely within a year, they're gonna come in so she can get half.
Mhm.
Like, people don't understand. This is why I tell dudes, like, you need to look at your state laws, your family laws, and custody laws in your state, because this shit is super anti-man. But when we talk about this, obviously in the underbelly, we hate women. No, we're literally just talking about policies and what happens. That's not hate. That's called being practical.
Can I ask, do y'all think it's anti-natalist and anti-family, the way they made everyone so individualized that, the family is balkanized? Man, woman, child are not all together.
I think they're experimenting. They thought that but if you go look at Brave New World, that they wanted to do that, but they thought it would work.
Well, we kind of have that and 1984 at the same time. I mean, I don't even touch.
But if you go back and look at Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, that's the model that they're working on.
Also, if you look at Plato's Republic, everything says it too.
Yeah. 1984 was based on propaganda by Bernays.
Mhm.
And basically 1984 is based on the Nazi rhetoric or the propaganda coming from World War II. That if you read Bernays, you read Bernays and basically the Father's Spin, and read the propaganda books, that's where it comes out of.
Mhm.
It didn't come out of Europe; it came out of the United States, and through Jung and through Freud, it was developed. In fact,
Also,
Bernays,
BGS.
go ahead.
I was going to say, if you read in Plato's Republic, they talked about something similar like that, with the government like that as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but all the tools of the psyche that they use come right out of Freud. Because
that's a fact.
Bernays was his nephew, so he used his uncle's work to develop propaganda. Go ahead.
Also, I would say the tide is kind of turning with the marriage. Well, I'm in Orlando, Florida. So I know you're pretty sure that Florida put like a limit on the alimony.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I think that's
and one thing is women are actually making more and have more to protect, and women are not as much against as they used to be. And two, dudes are not doing it. Basically, if you don't change, the shit's gonna come apart because black men have been socialized to put up with this shit, but white men have not. Okay, they're not putting up with it.
I'll say Spanish men too. All the other races men ain't.
I dropped a good video of T.O. in the background, in the back chat, about him getting sunned and by a sister. She's just using that diminishing language and tone, and just like, oh, you don't like black women? Like,
oh well, they do that all the time. My thing is those guys just need to stop. They just need to end the conversation. Like, this is why are we afraid? This is not why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to talk about this kind of stuff. You talk to somebody else. Yeah. Because we've heard this narrative for decades, and y'all still bringing the same shit up, and the guys are saying the same shit. So, like, what are we talking about? Really? That's their problem.
There's been a long-term rhetorical Mandingo fight between the simps like Boyce Watkins and the general manosphere, who are just like, nope, we're going the way. We're doing our own thing. Come and ask us for something if you need it, and we'll determine. And then the guys are like, no, you're just cowards, you're weak and wimp. And it is just annoying as hell to just see it going back and forth. It's lessened at certain times, but Terrell said something very honest, and now he's being shamed for it. You can't deny that what his experience was.
You can't change. They know you can't. The women cannot change. Okay, who are the only people in this equation that can change?
The guys.
The men. That's why they're putting so much pressure on the men. They've tried with the women. Women cannot. Ali, she tried with the women back damn near 40 years ago, right?
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Well, and they used that one paragraph to dismiss her whole entire argument.
Well, BGS,
and they used to
who's first?
Well, BGS, I say women can change. You say it all the time. The only way women change is
with the environment.
Work.
Yes, exactly.
The environment. The thing is, the women, basically, all the other women are starting to change, right? Except two.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
But I think what the Black Manosphere is doing, where Passport Bros, whatever you call it, right? All the different movements that Black men are doing, that's going to force some change over time because no one else is dealing with them.
At this slow rate of change, and you have an options and choice, do you really want them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I add more to that?
No, I'm asking, do you really want them? Are you willing to go through these growing pains with these women?
Well,
no.
I hear what you're saying.
No. Answer the question. Go ahead.
Well, I'm telling you, for myself, I do find Black women that are not like that, but I will admit that the limit. You're talking about in general for all men?
That's one question
He
I
wants
asked.
to sing
You
for him.
yourself.
How about this?
Hold on.
Okay.
Speaking. You yourself, with what you know and how Black women are, okay.
Yeah.
If you get one, okay, with this kind of freaking attitude, are you willing to go through the growing pains with them?
Oh no, if she comes with that attitude, no, of course.
All my life I've have to fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, but if we don't marry Black women, we will not continue our race. If we don't procreate with them,
no.
So how many ADOS women are there on the planet, sir?
I was just about to say that.
Okay, not necessarily ADOS women, but we need to have sex with Black women.
Okay.
I have a question about that.
Hold on a second. How many ADOS women are on the planet, sir?
I guess let's say 20 million. I'm just guessing.
It's 24 million, right?
Okay.
How many Black women are on the planet?
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
at least 500.
By 2 billion.
Okay,
well,
2 billion.
Me personally, because you just said that, I was thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for a while, because I already have a child. I have a daughter. She's Black. I want my kids to look like me. So my secondary is actually looking at Afro Latinas, because you still get the Blackness, but they still they still have that Latino culture in them. Versus I'm ADOS myself, instead of that ADOS culture. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't have that Western mindset like a lot of African women have.
What you guys are confusing genetics with culture.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because even you can get, if you really want to, you can even get like a dark-skinned Indian woman from India.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
You keep confusing genetics with culture.
Okay, but can you explain, I mean, I know the difference, but I don't know
do African women act like the ADOS Black women?
Some of them do.
No, generally speaking.
No, I'm asking you, are you from there?
Yes, I'm Eritrean.
Eritrea, dude. So like 90% of Eritreans act like
Not Eritrean. I would say like Nigerian women. They act very rebellion. Some of the West African women, they
to the same degree that those women do.
Okay, of course not to. Well, I would say this, not like the ratchetness and whatever, but they love white men, like African women. A lot of African
women love white men. Okay.
Yeah.
All women all over the planet love white men. Why? Because they're the top dogs. Okay, right?
Yeah, it's that simple. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to add more to a point said earlier that he brought up as far as like, oh, my apologies.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so as a Z, I want to add this perspective to it. I don't think men my age and younger, maybe a little older too, don't really trust women anymore. Because we can change the environment, and white women, well, other races are starting to change as well to conform with the environment, but men see how they are at this period of time. So I think the real question is, do they trust them going forward? Which jumps us my other question I have for you, just in the panel, was that going forward, then, do you see men, create conversations versus how you would share this planet or really this country live like this, or start advocating for separations, like legally, in that sense?
I think you made a point. Coming on the pipeline. I think you made a point, BGS, the other day about TikTok. Says I see all other races of men, because they go on TikTok, see these girls, they saying their whole plan on TikTok. So even if a guy is a sucker, he's seen those TikToks. So you have to think to himself, am I this sucker that girl was talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that we know how black women are. Their mothers, our sisters. Do you actually want to put up with this?
It's that simple.
Yeah.
You may say that. I just want to go ahead.
One at a time. Who's first?
I just want to add this one in. The thing about African women compared to other nationalities is that African women trash. When I say African, I'm including Black Americans as well. Black women trash their own men much more than Asian women, Latina women, Middle Eastern women. Like they're more open with their hate.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah. And it's genetic, so you have options. Okay, is that what you want?
No, I just wanted to compare the contrast between them loving white men and other.
But you want your kids to look like you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So guess what? Got to put up with that shit, right?
But do you think we can change that? I don't seriously though. I mean, there's been so much information, like Pan-Africanism, ADO's history. I don't understand why. What makes them?
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna be blunt about it, right? I'm gonna be fucking Black Pill. It's Black Pill Friday. Okay, if you don't get your goddamn your African women now before the environment changes over there, it's over because they're gonna be just like the ones here.
Yep.
And I give you freaking 20 years. They're gonna be they won't be 100%, but they're gonna be like 80%. Okay.
Can I add something to that, BGS?
Go ahead.
I don't view males as a race. I view us as individual groups, but women are race. But you want your kids to look like you, but it seems like a whole lot of Asians are moving in, having babies with your women, and they don't give a fuck about their kids looking like them. History shows that women don't give a fuck if their kids look like them. They want the superior group of males to mate with, and you have this idea that they think so highly of white guys. They think of so highly of them in their rank, pretty much being at the top. They don't care how they look. They don't care about none of that. It's just the power. It's never changed. So all this, I want my kids to look like me. I don't look like my granddaddy. My son don't look like none of that. It's bullshit.
But it's the power that they perceive.
Survival is first. What is a female's second priority, right?
But white men don't have power. I don't
know. To give her offspring the best chance to survive in any environment.
There you go.
That's why they're all obsessed with mixed
basically
kids.
the whole world is
If
white
right
man's
environment
environment.
and the mixed kids will get us a better leg up over everybody else, guess what she's going to choose?
Bigger tribe.
Look at the black. Look at the black.
Brother B. George, I was gonna try to get in.
Y'all got to who hasn't spoken yet?
I was trying to say something, but
Who hasn't spoken yet?
Me. So I had a clip that I wanted to send you to. It's basically some African queen from back then that used to kill her man and make them dress up in dresses.
You were just talking, man. It said who hasn't who has not spoken yet?
This is me, Ray Hama, big bro. This is me, Ray Hama. Hey, bro. I hear you, bro, say that. You said that more than once about them being the top dogs or whatever. You know, what I mean, women, you know, choosing. You know, I understand that, you know, completely. But then again, at the same time,
Where's always the butt?
yeah, it's true. Big bro, dig this. Every brother that's on here, everybody that gets online, you know, and broadcast their escapades and all that, and what they're doing, you know, overseas, and you know, and them reporting that they're not having that much problems with women. You know, they're getting women easily. You know, so they're.
What currency? What currency do you use?
We use kronor.
No, here in
America.
Here in America, and what's the reserve currency of the world?
Tell me.
He's asking you.
It's the American status.
No,
Thank
Ray.
you.
Ray.
Yes.
Answer, Ray.
Oh, the American dollar.
Yes.
So
and who controls that?
When you go overseas, what are you, sir?
You're an American.
So you have American dollar, American money, American status, and access to the empire. Do you not?
Yes.
Okay, that raises your status. That's why you go over there, sir. It's called arbitrage.
Yeah. We are
like, you know, and the white dudes, you know what I mean, being the ones, you know, hey, that's been known, you know, to travel and all that shit. So I'm like,
the Ugandans, Kenyans, Ghanaians, Nigerians, all them people over there said it's the exact same thing. A white man can come over there with no money and do twice what you could do. Okay.
Oh, so that means
even in Sweden.
So you saying these brothers that
every immigrant?
Hold on.
So you saying these brothers that are coming reporting, right? Talking about, man, you know, I got me a good one, all this, blah blah blah, you know, and I'm married, and a white dude, because he's a white dude, right, and got some money. He comes through and travel and shit, and therefore and sees your wife. So you saying because he's a white dude,
he can't get your wife.
He's gonna take her.
In other words, okay, we're talking about hierarchies, right?
Exactly.
Hierarchies. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Explain to me what you're talking about, because I don't understand. Because you lost me.
I'm saying, like, you know, because I'm like, well, if they're the top dogs, then like these women should be like going over to them with no problem, you know, and leaving the black
But there's two sides to the equation, is there not, sir? Okay.
BGS, can I explain this?
Oh, can I talk? Is it okay in my channel? You can explain it after I finish my sentence if you want to explain it. Okay. It's real simple. Okay. He has to accept them.
Yep.
Same thing here. You think that the black woman would be fucking with us if white men would have married them?
That's a fact. Yeah. A lot of these black women we jumping ship. It's white dudes would accept them. Don't let it be twisted.
Don't get it twisted. You know, go ahead. No, go ahead, Leon.
So,
now you want to
so there's two things that you have to understand. Okay, if you take any African tribe like Nigeria people, she's not going to get with a Central African from a small ass tribe with 2 goats, but she will get with an Asian or white guy. That's just how it goes. The other part that I wanted to say is, you think it's supposed to be just the women show up and white guys take them, and it's like, yo, you don't understand the power of white women and how they utilize their systems to put black women in their fucking place. Because the majority of people that cut checks with black women are the white women. Okay.
Yeah.
So
they got payroll, and number white women there.
Yeah. So understand, black women know their fucking place, and they will get white guys here and there, but you look at the percent, it's not really that many. Okay?
How long have you guys been following Black Manosphere content?
I've been following you guys for 2 years.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
pretty plain. Okay, they have
Yeah.
books and studies that say exactly what we're saying. We're not pulling this stuff out of our ass. Okay.
Yeah. You could tell. You could tell about how black women act. They don't bring all that bullshit to white men, even if they're broke as fuck. They don't do that.
O'Shea is pissed because the black women in Uganda and Kenya will not tell the goddamn truth about them preferring white men, as far as status is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
They do that in South
But
Africa too.
like,
One
look
time,
at
one time,
hip
one
hop,
time.
look at
Should-
pop music.
What about
Everything
it?
is like black American men is at the topical. And I say this as one living in Sweden. You guys are looked at as like the superheroes of entertainment and everything. So you should have more status than white men, like worldwide.
In Sweden, black men have always had run in Sweden because we're exotic. In Sweden.
Exactly, but all over the world, really.
Well,
no, we're not all over the world. Okay?
No. You're forgetting what the point. Like black men, especially black men from America, we're exotic, but it's because we're physically the best in the world. Now, white men are status of the best of the world.
They
You
are the
understand?
dominant society. Period.
Because when women look at us, I had to think about this. When women look at black men, they only see sex. That's why it seems like every woman that's not black wants to fuck you. Because if a white woman or any woman has interest in you, just a little bit, she wants to fuck you. She doesn't think, oh, I'm gonna get all this money out of this nigga. You understand? When they go to a white dude, they think about money and legacy. When they look at us, they think about, damn, he gonna tear me up.
And they don't even know that white people are. I mean, they're not rich. Like white men don't have the power that they perceive.
I heard a black woman say this. Oh, if he's broke, he probably has some uncle somewhere that's rich. That's what they think. They think someone in their family is rich that's going to die and give them money.
No. White skin gives you what? Instant.
Oh, yeah, status. Of course.
They give you what?
Status.
And the mixed kids.
But what
Forget
type
about
of
that.
Like, I think you guys are too stuck in the past.
no,
Like, they
no,
don't.
you're not.
White men are not revered as much as you guys think.
Where do you live, sir?
I live in Sweden.
Do you live in the United States?
No, I'm talking about an international, from a global perspective.
They've done surveys all over the world. Guess who the top dog is, sir?
Yeah. Yes,
but I think people are starting to wake up, because when I see the average, even Swedish women, Swedish women shit on Swedish men, like they shit on white men all over.
Well,
because they're used to them.
Who do they marry?
Exactly.
I mean, they marry some of them. They marry. Okay, I get your point.
Primarily,
they marry them. But I don't think they really like them.
Good Lord! You black men have been going to Sweden, man, for since World War
Yes,
II, okay?
since the Vietnam War or whatever.
So
yeah,
I don't see white women shipping wholesale black men over to Sweden. Okay,
exactly.
Yeah,
because it doesn't equal power.
BJ, should we even bring up what a good amount of African women were doing at the beginning of slavery, willfully?
Willfully, yeah. Daughters of the trade.
Should we go that far?
But basically, O'Shea has showed a string of women talking about their preference, right? And in fact, there was one. Austin Holloman had a guy in Kenya talk about white guys. Okay, and so the white guy shows up, he get carte blanche in Kenya. Okay, with the women automatically. Okay.
Yep.
Carte blanche. The thing is, you talk about people are starting to wake up. Well, let me know when they finish waking up. Okay.
Okay, but I think honestly in the
dude, thinking, you're really feeling what you're really doing, because
okay, I feel very strongly that the man will be a black man.
You can feel as strongly as you want to. Show me your data, okay? Show me your data.
Well, let me say something real quick, if you don't mind.
Somebody was speaking before you, sir.
I'll just be real. I'll be real quick to wrap it up. It's based on my point. You say you live in Sweden. Now, I know there's a lot of white women there. So when you're black, I know that they fuck a lot of Arab dudes there too. It's just sex for them. You understand? They know you don't give them status. Like, you forgetting how women care about status a lot. There's a reason why Kodak Black can fuck more women than any of us on here, because he has a lot of status. Ain't because he's the most handsome dude ever.
Okay,
Status
like
means a lot.
let's just define status once for all, because
Okay.
like I'm
Okay.
kind of confused on what that is.
Hold on, good. So define it for us. What does status mean, sir?
Okay, I think it's different type of
No,
status.
no, no,
Do you
bullshit.
mean like
No,
street
no, 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 no,
status or?
bullshit. It's hierarchy, right? Status, okay? Where you fit in the hierarchy, right? That's why it's called rich people have a different
It's in
status.
money?
Huh?
You mean like money? Who has the gold?
It's in money. It's in sports. It's in everything, right? Okay.
Okay, sports, black people. Athletics, black people.
Okay. I know we're having a language barrier right now. Okay. Define the word status. It's hierarchy, right? Okay. There's hierarchies and status in everything. T.O. compared to everybody else when he was playing football, he had a higher status than everybody else, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's status. Okay. Okay, when you have money, Bill Gates or whatever the billionaire there is, he's gonna have more status than the average guy, right? It's a hierarchy. Okay.
Okay, I totally need to read up on how much
Right.
money white people have, like compared to other nationalities.
Okay, you know what, man? You go study, all right? No, because we have spent 30 minutes trying to explain this to you, not getting it. Go read up on it. Okay, we spend way more time than we should trying to explain this to you. Okay, if black people had all this goddamn status that you say that black men should have, we'd rule the world already. We don't. Okay,
but we rule out the world with our penis. Dr. Franz Cress Walton. Dr. Franz Cress Walton.
All right, that is your final word. Okay.
I love this guy.
Because we got 10 people on here, you're taking up way too much time with this shit.
I love you guys. I'm peace out. I'm out of here.
All right.
Yeah, we love you too. Made our day better.
Let me play this. Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't like beating dead horses. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my. It's funny the first time, but thing is after you can't continue to beat a dead horse. Let me go ahead and play this by Jules. Okay.
Okay.
We could play this real quick, and then we're gonna we're gonna get like 15 more minutes, and we're gonna get out of here. Now we want this. We want to present share screen. Okay. I think this. Okay. Keisha comes after Terrell Owens. Let's go full screen. All right. Let's see what he got.
Do you not like? Do you not prefer to? All of that when it comes to my sisters, black women. Do you not like black women?
No, that's never been the case. It's not that I don't like black women.
So let's just, because I want to take a pause, right? Okay. I want to take a pause. So for the record,
because I don't want to elaborate because somebody may misinterpret me saying something, following that up with my elaboration. So we'll just go with that, and I'll let you lead, and then I'll answer.
Do you not like? Do you not prefer to? All of that when it comes to my sisters, black women. Do you not like black women?
No, that's never been the case. It's not that I don't like black women.
So let's just, because I want to take a pause, right? Okay. I want to take a pause. So for the record,
because I don't want to elaborate.
Okay.
Somebody may misinterpret me saying something, following that up.
Okay. All right, Jules, what do you want to say about that? I mean, that's a trap. But what about
exactly?
There's no win. There's no win. There's no win. He said something very matter of fact of his own life, and they took it as a personal slight, and he has to explain away his whole life.
Yeah, because where does he make his money?
Residuals and interest,
and on his name, right? He sells shit, right?
Reputation.
That's true. That's
reputation. Okay.
I think there is an out,
and he has a brand. Okay, that he has to protect. So he has to kowtow because guess who the biggest consumers are?
The women.
The women. On top of that, you have to really think white people are looking for you to get attention of black people, and that's how they position you to work for them anyway. Like if you have a large, you say it better than me, BJS. You know what I'm trying to say.
In other words, to protect your brand, to protect your. Why do you think I'm on here with an assumed name? Okay, and I work, and I basically am nationalist, pro-black, conscious community, all that shit. Why do you think I do that? Is because my folks make money in that sector. Guess who controls the money? The purse strings in the black community.
Women.
The women. So if they can attach, if they can attach, somebody can attach them to BGS. That's what's gonna happen to their money.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
That's why when we're BGS, why don't you show your face? Why don't you use your real name? I explained that to you because my friends could not work and make a living and still recognize me. But at this point, that people know really pretty much know who I am. But the thing is, guess what? Oh, I don't know that BGS dude. I don't know about all that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep.
So,
Is there a way to
liability.
fix that?
So what?
Is there a way to combat that, or it is what it is at this point?
If you can get a hold of the people that hold the purse strings, like the United States government, and how they direct shit and put money in women's hands, yeah, you can change it. But can you do that?
Yeah, that's a mountain to climb right there. Yeah.
Well, can you do it?
Yeah. Well, yes, but there's just. Well, is it?
Can you do it?
No.
Okay, I do
it. Give black men the blueprint because we've been waiting on this. I'm waiting with.
Okay, my boss. That's why I misunderstood the question. So, it's a Herculean effort to do it. So it's virtually no.
But listen, there is no incentive. Why? Because as we were talking about for the last almost hour prior, is that if black men get uplifted, now that shifts the chessboard of dominance, of power.
White women ain't giving y'all shit.
That's why we are at the bottom, and they refuse to help. And this is what we keep on telling people.
I'm not downing that. I'm not downing that part at all. I understand that completely.
Who allowed white women to take your affirmative action? Okay?
White men and black women.
Yes.
You get basically you don't even get 7 cents on the dollar of affirmative action that was designed for you.
But it's our fault that black women are in the position that they're in. Like, do you see what is going on?
Yeah,
no, I definitely see it.
He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. It is.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Hey, BGS, check out the video I sent you, the African Queen. It's a clip.
Okay. All right. We'll check it out.
This is what black women want.
All right. Let's go ahead. Check out the short. I'm your queen.
I wanted to give this to Gigi on his Saturday small bus.
What is this?
Gigi is unintentionally the funniest and most erudite, and intentionally one of the most knowledgeable people. When he starts getting on those cursing storms, it's
you're talking about Queen
Sam.
Nzinga, or whatever her name.
People. And she,
damn.
This queen used to make men duel to the death before sleeping with the winner. Her name was Nzinga, and she was a total power freak. She ruled Angola in the 1600s, and she did not like being referred to as queen. She was a king to her people, and she even ruled dressed as a man. It was a way for Nzinga to feel powerful by reversing gender roles, but it did not stop there. She was famous for keeping a large harem of young men, known as male wives. There was a whopping 80 of these men in her harem, and they were only allowed to wear dresses and function as women of the palace. At nighttime, she would randomly pick 2 of her wives and make them engage in a brutal fight to the death. She would watch with lust as men ripped each other's hearts out for her. The winner was rewarded with spending only a single night with her, as no one ever slept with her twice. In the morning, the victor would also get killed, and she would start all over again. You'd be surprised, but she only disbanded the harem after turning 75 years old, upon which she married the youngest member, a boy young enough to be her child. This queen used to make men duel to the death before...
Jesus Christ, this shit's genetic. Shit is genetic.
Yeah.
Wow, are you serious? Thank you for whoever shared that shit. Knowledge.
I've seen it before, yeah.
Leon 008, bro.
There you have it. And you know, when they're bringing up the matriarchies and all that type of shit, then they use the indigenous tribes. You know, good luck.
Okay, so BGS, question for you, because I know matriarchies, that's how we used to order ourselves back then when we were smaller civilizations. But to me,
Not
just
true.
from my observation, wait, what? That's not true.
No,
It is true, but it's okay.
ever.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
The
conversation for another day.
go back and look at the symbols and the goddesses and all that kind of stuff. It's just very plain that the
Oh yeah.
original clan was a matriarchy.
So you're talking about
so-
before like state and government and science,
It
basically.
would- states and governments and like that are very new within, I say, the last,
Okay.
the last maybe 12,000 years or so. Okay.
So on that note, my question is, Sith, is it just me or just from my observation? This seems more prevalent in African history, or at least it's just more obvious at that period of time. Because I keep running into shit like that.
Say it again.
As far as the I guess dominant matriarchal culture, is it just has it been more prevalent in African culture and societies, or
No, it's a process.
Okay.
As the society gets more advanced and it gets more people, okay, a matriarch is built to connect when you actually know as a larger clan or as an extended clan where you actually know the person, right? Know the person that you're dealing with. When it gets too big, you have to go by rules and laws, okay? That is a male-dominated brain that has to do that kind of stuff. So it evolves from a matriarchy to what we call egalitarian or matrilineal to what we call a patriarchy. Patriarchy has only been around maybe at best 5,000 years. Okay.
Okay, so can we consider this propaganda? Because we keep seeing more of this in our culture, or against in African culture versus other ones.
Propaganda as far as what?
Because we keep running into, I guess these retellings, recountings of the matriarchal culture in African societies and all that stuff. I keep running into more of that versus other cultures as well. Because I hardly see this in ancient white cultures, Anglo-Saxon, however you want to call it, and Hispanic as well. We hardly hear about matriarchal cultures in them.
Basically, Greece was a matriarchal culture, so it was Crete and that before the fall of the Bronze Age. Okay.
Okay.
Greece was a matriarchal culture before the Hittites and stuff, and that came about. Then it transformed itself from a matriarchal culture to a patriarchal culture. Western patriarchy only goes back 3,500 years. Okay.
Okay, so maybe it's just me then, because to me it looks like there's more emphasis on African matriarchal cultures versus others. Like it's more in our face.
It's because there are more of them.
Okay.
Matrilineal, because Africa has a mix of like 5,000 different groups. Okay, and then they don't all run on the same pattern. So we say about Africa. Africa is not a country. Okay, it's a continent. And even within the countries, in their states as their designated borders, you might have 5-6 tribes that run on different customs. Okay,
right.
Like the Khan or matrilineal, right? They're close to a matriarchy, right? But right next to them, we have like 3 or 4 patriarchies. Okay, the dominant mode of governing people is patriarchy, right? Because it's necessary. But you still have a mix of you have a gray areas of patriarchy and matriarchy, and sometimes even in the same culture you have a mix of it. Okay, so it's just a way of organizing people. One is not better than the other. Okay, given in a given environment, which system works best? And I would have no problem with the gynocracy if it worked for everybody, but it doesn't. We've been a gynocracy for 200 years. Okay.
BG, but my thing is, I don't believe matriarchy works for like to sit down and say matriarchy, right? That means all the groups of women are going to pick 5 guys, and the rest are going to be sitting there working like slaves.
Matriarchy.
You don't think it'll be that way?
It's not a matriarchy. In fact, matriarchies don't have like 2 or 3 husbands. They have one husband. Okay, they might rotate it, but they have one. Okay, basically, what is it? Monogamy actually works better for women than it does for men. Okay, it works better for women. In fact, the Jawawa tribe, their culture goes back 150,000 years. They are a monogamous culture. Polygamy and polygyny cause imbalances that have to be worked out. Okay, they're actually imbalances. Okay, that's how come you don't see a lot of it because it's an imbalance. Okay, if say you get 10 guys with most of the women, right? Okay, you have like 100 guys without 150 guys without women. What are they going to do? Sit there and hold their penises? No.
Well, yeah, that's what I was asking. That's what I was asking. That's why I'm saying, like, in my mind, when I hear it, I'm just like, okay, so the women are just gonna pick a group of guys, all have babies with them, and other guys, how does that?
In other words, there has to be balance. Most guys don't
Mhm.
really care about kids for the most part, unless it's wealth. Most guys care about sex, okay? And there has to be a balance, okay? How do you balance? How do young guys get sex to get access to women, right? Are there one or two things? Either they have to have what they call a village wife, where guys share a woman, or you have prostitution, okay? You got to balance it out. Otherwise, guys are going to not participate, which is probably worse, or they're gonna come take your women. Okay.
Yeah.
How you
Exactly.
gonna stop them?
Yep.
The thing is, y'all
I'm
need to
not
study
sharing a
this.
woman.
Well, nigga, you do whatever the fuck you need to do in a given environment.
Exactly.
Leave it.
Huh?
Leave it.
If you can.
Yeah, if I can, definitely.
What if you stuck it? What if you born in the middle of Angola someplace, man? And that's what
Man,
you got.
I'm
What
a.
you gonna do?
Is there a
You
lake there?
oh, is there
Is there a lake there?
you gonna drown yourself?
No, I'm saying I'll just go fishing and catch one fish and eat that and look at the rest of them.
I said I got one word for you that I make too, man.
Yeah, I know.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Anyway, closing thoughts, y'all. We're gonna wind this up. Anybody?
I
Well,
love
y'all
when
need to,
my African brothers come up.
yeah, y'all need to go study this stuff, man, instead of just pulling stuff out of your behind. You got a whole internet, and if I can find it, you can find it, right? They have a whole go read Briefall's book, The Mothers. Okay, it's online, it's PDF. He's called the father of matriarchy versus patriarchy, right? People refer to him as the expert. Go read it. Okay, he outlines what's a patriarchy versus a matriarchy. In fact, part of your government is actually patterned after a matriarchy, which is the nation of Iroquois. So that was a matriarchy.
Hmm. Yeah, they took that from the Native Americans, right?
The Native Americans, right? The nation of Iroquois,
Yeah.
right? It's a matriarchy.
Mhm.
The 50 tribes, okay? It's matriarchy.
Yep.
With the
The mother.
women's council electing the chief, their representative, okay?
Yep.
That's where
And they say they can go to war. The Chiefs don't.
they go to war and the chief die. What are you talking about, man?
No, I said when the woman at the helm tells the guys they can go to war, the Chiefs can't. Pretty much.
Because the people go to war, not just one person, okay?
Mhm.
Even now, guess what? If we want to have a major war, even though we kind of bastardize the system, who says we're going to war? Is it the president? Congress.
All three.
Congress says it can only enact war, right?
Mhm.
Supposedly. Okay. We've bastardized they've handed over the War Powers Act to the president. But the thing is, according to the Constitution, the only people who can actually declare war is not the president. It's the people, Congress, your representatives of your village. Okay, so it's not new. Anyhow, all right, y'all. Who else got closing thoughts so we can get out of here?
No, appreciate you having me on, bro. Thank you, man.
All right. Anybody else?
As always, DJs, I appreciate it. And also, last question: how much would it cost to sponsor your Patreon streams? Because those are much more productive.
I try to do them once a week when I have time. So you guys already sponsor it. So I try to when I get time to actually do them. Because I wish they will only last 2 hours, but they never do. But so
in all fairness, they're too good to only last 2 hours. But I understand you got time.
Try to do it on the other side of the mic, okay?
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I'm trying to be like respectful for that because I know it takes a lot out of you.
It does. But I'm trying to do them more frequently. So.
Gotcha. Well, if I would say in probably a month or so, I'll be able to properly sponsor it for you. So keep an eye out for
Okay.
that.
I mean, you guys already do, but you guys pay every month, so that is your time. So I try to I'm trying to do it more frequently. Give you guys what you guys deserve. So, is what it is.
No doubt.
All right, who's next?
I'll get out of here. Thank you for having me up. I appreciate the content, and then honestly, the analysis of the situation was. I understand the frustration, the insufferableness, and just trying to deal with that.
Well, the thing is I'm not even frustrated anymore, man. I'm just just tired, even hearing it, because that's why I became a monk, man, so I wouldn't have to hear that shit no more. People say, why you become a monk?
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
That chick right there is the reason why. Okay, hearing that shit, I just got tired of it.
Yeah, and that's why I shared that TO thing, because she was trying to do that same thing to him, and I was like,
and mommy,
they can't
and
stop.
mommy,
yeah, they really just can't stop. And TO is a person who is a physical specimen amongst very few people on this planet, and lived a life that very few people can, and still treated like a little boy, and he has to take it, or he chooses to take it. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for having me up. Sachi,
all right.
Have a good night, man. BJS,
you as well.
All right, Sachi, last one. You're the
last. As usual. Appreciate the space. I wanted to bring up the jobs report, but we can do that for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What really quick? What do you think about that, man? I know it's. Are they playing with the numbers? I know he's trying to do it because he's behind in the polls, so he needs a boost.
Well, one, there's two aspects that I see, right? The first one is the way they market it. Oh, there's 336 or 345,000 new jobs. Knowing very well, most people won't read the report or don't know how to read the shit. But when you really look at it, full time went negative, loss of over 22,000 jobs.
Okay.
Part time went up. That's what went up. Part time went up 123K. Okay. Self-employed went up 222K.
Okay.
That's what really happened. So it seems like, oh man, the economy's watch, they're gonna revise it anyway. They need to revise it anyway because shit happens. So they'll end up revising it. But just even off these numbers right now, again, this is further showing that the shit is paper thin.
It is paper thin.
Period. But when we say it, we're supposedly negative. No, we're not negative at all. We're realistic. This is what it is. We need to go through this phase. We need to take the Band-Aid off. I mean, as effectively as we can without breaking everything. But it needs to happen so we can have a clean feel. But when you keep
next November, the Band-Aid comes off.
Yeah, I've been trying to prepare people since I swear to you, since like May of 2020. I've been warning people. I said, I'm telling y'all, this inflation is gonna come in like a year or two, and you guys need to put your consumer debt down or eliminate it if you can, and up your your skills. You need to do it, and here we are.
Yeah, and I was reading this report from the I think I sent it to you guys, man, through email, right? From the Fed comparing this time period to the 1970s. Okay, keep an eye on gold, man, gold and oil. Okay, that's your indicator. Well, where this dollar is actually at, because oil and gold actually exploded during the 1970s, right?
Yes,
that caused inflation. That tells you what your dollar is actually worth, and so now the Fed is playing tricks with unemployment and inflation and interest rates. They're playing games with it right now. But the thing is, at some point, the can's going to run out of road.
And you're right. And even the last couple of weeks, and I believe I emailed the guys, or I definitely put it on my Instagram, and I was telling people at the time, a barrel was just hit $94, $95. And I asked a quick question. Of course, no one knows the answer. I said, how is it that oil is going up, but the U.S. is producing the most oil it has ever produced, in its history?
Right.
So why is this continuing to go up? And I posted EPA. I posted the facts so they could see, so they could start thinking that it's you gotta we are in a place where you say all the time it's macro. If you don't understand basic geopolitics, unless you're making so much money, it's still going to affect you regardless. But most people, they really have no idea what's going on. BGS.
No, they don't, because That's why I don't follow domestic politics as much as I should, because I found out it has very little effect on our overall well-being. Okay, the macro has a bigger effect on it. And if you follow that, then they only have so many choices with the micro. Once the macro sets its pace, sets its direction.
Exactly, but unfortunately, that requires reading, comprehension, and looking at financials and shit that people just don't want to do, or some people they just they aren't capable. But and that's why I tell people, I just point people here. Look at these policies.
Yeah.
Look, foreign affairs. Look here. You make your own decision, but here it is. Here's the the tax laws. Here's where you look. And that's all I do. Yeah. Of course, and people get upset for the most part, but hey, people who got money, they love me. It's sad to say, they love, here's my contact. Jesus Christ.
Because they're in the know. They're in the know.
Exactly.
All right. Somebody said, "What's your Instagram, Salchi?"
My Instagram is actually it's my name.
Okay.
So just put in SALCHI. I'll pop up. Like, I have the same. You'll see me there. I'm in a picture with a suit on with my grandmother. Yeah. So trust me, I pop up. Yeah, but we hate black women though. But I got a picture with my grandmother. But
it's just being pragmatic about it, man. If they're not going to change, they're not going to change. And the thing is, I was waiting to see if there's a possibility of them actually reading the room and starting to change. And guess what? They're not. So it is what it is.
Man, right now, and I know it was right when you were starting the stream, I sent you guys, because it was a response to Ebony K. She didn't mention how much her house was, right? It was like 1.1 or 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. So I sent a house that's right around the block from me. Actually, I can see it right now through my apartment window.
Right.
It's almost 1.4 million.
Right.
Like, come on, like around here, and there's not a lot of black people in Arlington.
Yeah.
A lot of the black folks and the vast majority of people, even black folks, they got college degrees. Where do they run? They run to fucking Maryland.
Yeah.
They're not out here where I'm at.
No.
And we laugh at women like Ebony K. Like, are you serious? And then you're 40 now? Like, please.
And she's still trying to flex, man. She's still trying to flex.
Please.
She's basically you're Miss North Carolina, and you fucked that up, okay? And now you're trying to reclaim that glory. I call it pretty girl problem. You think that this is going to actually be going on forever, but now you're 40. You find out. Guess what? It's not. It's over.
It's too late.
The party is over as of today. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Salchi. Let me get my ass
All
out
right.
of here.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks. I got one person to thank. I think that is James. Appreciate you. And John. Okay, that's the second one. Appreciate you for the Cash App. I said never scroll past about the leading causes of death. That is true. Anyhow, y'all, I will see you guys next week. I see you guys Monday. I might see you guys tonight on Arts. I think Art's going to have his Friday night live. And if not, we'll see you guys Saturday on the Coliseum. But anywho, peace out, and y'all take care.